Adam & Sons AC and Heating is a locally owned business. President, CEO, and U.S. Navy veteran Adam Renteria has been certified in HVAC since 2010. Adam is also certified as a home performance specialist through BPI. Adam & Sons offers professional work, excellent quality service with affordable prices, whether it's commercial or residential. Adam & Sons is the one to call. Contact Adam & Sons AC and Heating at 512-844-2695 or email adamrenteria64air@yahoo.com. Mention you heard this ad on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast and get 10% off your service call.
If you're looking to capture that special moment, let Adrian Gutierrez Photography capture that special moment for you. Whether it's a wedding, birthday, family photo, or any special occasion, Adrian Gutierrez Photography is the right one to turn that special moment into a memory that will last a lifetime. Adrian Gutierrez proudly supports Lockhart Lion Athletics and can be seen at many events in Lockhart, as well as at Lockhart Lions sporting events, offering his time to create special moments for the Lockhart community. You can contact Adrian Gutierrez Photography at 512-227-6794, email adriangutierrezphotography@gmail.com, or his website adriangutierrezphotography.com.
If you've been part of Lockhart ISD, you probably know the name Connie Amaya. After 46 years serving our schools, she's still giving back literally. Each year, she and her foundation give away free backpacks to Central Texas students. It's all about breaking down the barriers and telling kids, we've got your backpack. If you would like to help keep it going, you can visit conniesamaya.org and make a donation. Every bit helps.
Kent Riddle Properties is the main sponsor of the Lions Pride Sports broadcast for the 2022 to 2023 season and has been a big supporter of Lockhart Lion sports for over 40 years. Lockhart Lion fans all over the world have been able to follow the games on the Kent Riddle Properties scoreboard, as well as being the main sponsor of the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Kent is also the QA guy for every broadcast. Kent Riddle has been in the real estate business for over 35 years. If you are looking to buy, sale, or lease a property in the area, you can contact Kent Riddle at 512-359-0036.
Rebecca Pulliam State Farm Insurance Agency, located at 201 South Main Street in downtown Lockhart, Texas, has proudly been serving the Lockhart and surrounding area since 2013. With over 50 years of combined insurance experience, Rebecca and her team are here to help with all your insurance needs. While Rebecca is not working, you can catch her watching her two girls cheer and play volleyball, or serving on the Lockhart ISD school board. If you're looking for insurance, give Rebecca Pulliam State Farm Insurance a call at 512-398-3355.
Angie's Snacks, located at 2502 South State Highway 80 in Luling, Texas, is open on Sunday to Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. and closed on Saturdays and Wednesdays. Angie's Snacks offers a wide variety of authentic Mexican snacks as well as refreshments. On Sundays, Angie's Snacks serves a special plate. Be sure to go and give Angie's Snacks a like and follow on Facebook, where the Sunday special plate will be posted prior to each Sunday. Whether it's the craving for a Sunday special plate, cool refreshment, or an authentic Mexican snack, head on over to Angie's Snacks and let Angie take care of that craving for you. KJ's Embroidery is the place that can make your embroidery dreams a reality. If you're looking for embroidery work for business hats, shirts, or patches embroidered with your business logo, owner Randy Ellis can get you lined up. From a handful of items to bulk items, KJ's Embroidery is the one to call. Check them out on Facebook to stay up to date with all of their current work. If you would like to reach out to KJ's Embroidery for embroidery work done, you can send an email to kjsembroidery@gmail.com, or you can call them at 830-263-2447.
At Lockhart Warriors, we are a select nonprofit sports program tailored for athletes who aspire to compete at the highest levels. Our focus is on providing an affordable pathway for dedicated athletes to access top-tier competition and develop their skills in a challenging environment. We cater to those ready to embrace rigorous training and competition, pushing the boundaries of what they can achieve both individually and as a team. Our program emphasizes resilience, strategic growth, and dedication, ensuring every athlete has the opportunity to excel. Our ethos of pride, personal responsibility, and daily excellence underscores our commitment. At Lockhart Warriors, every participant is prepared for the demands of elite competition and equipped with the skills and mindset to succeed in all aspects of life. We are more than just a sports program. We are a launch pad for future leaders in sports and beyond. For more info, head on over to lockhartwarriors.com.
Welcome to LTX Inflatables. Bounce, slide, and celebrate. We bring the fun to your backyard. Whether it's a birthday party, school event, church gathering, or just a sunny weekend, we offer safe, clean, and exciting bouncy house and water slide rentals for all occasions. LTX Inflatables serves Lockhart and the surrounding areas. We offer affordable rates. With on-time delivery and setup, our bouncy houses are sanitized after every use. Perfect for kids of all ages. And even the young at heart. Let us help make your next event unforgettable, because every celebration deserves a bounce. Call LTX Inflatables at 512-787-2631 to book your next bounce today.
Luling MMA provides a safe and professional martial arts instruction for kids and adults. Head trainer and owner King Webb is a third-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a first-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Luling MMA offers classes in the sweet science of boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and MMA. With experienced trainers and coaches, Luling MMA provides world-class instruction for those that want to learn for recreation or for competition. Luling MMA is located at 212 North Cypress Avenue in Luling, Texas. For more information about Luling MMA, you can go to their website, www.mmaluling.com.
Meitler Plumbing LLC is the one to call on for your plumbing service work in Lockhart and Caldwell County. Call Darren Meitler from Meitler Plumbing at 512-398-3146. Darren has been with the family business for over 30 years and has been voted best plumber in Caldwell County numerous times. Master licensed and bonded. So, for any plumbing issues, call Meitler Plumbing for your plumbing service. Darren Meitler is also a 1989 Lockhart alumni and football captain for Lockhart Lions. Go Lions! Once a Lion, always a Lion.
If you find yourself on the side of the road or in an accident, call Quantum Towing and Recovery at 512-295-8697. Quantum Towing has been a family-owned business since 2000. We offer 24-hour towing and recovery service for your vehicle, with 4 locations to serve you in Kyle, San Marcos, Luling, and Lockhart. Quantum Towing is only a phone call away.
If you're looking to cherish that special moment in photos, Warren Yanez Photography is the one to call. Warren Yanez is a very talented young man with the inspiration and determination to capture the photos that will create everlasting memories. In June of 2025, Warren was voted Best Photographer by the National Student Leadership Conference in Washington, D.C. Warren Yanez Photography has flexible scheduling with shoot locations available within the Lockhart area. If you are interested in having Warren photograph yourself, your family, and/or pets. For more info about availability to schedule a session and for rates, you can contact Warren at 512-855-3106.
Welcome to today's broadcast of Lockhart Lions Sports on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast, brought to you by our main sponsor Quantum Towing. And now from the press box with the broadcasting crew of our football analyst, the coach Amato Galvez, color commentary TD Tom Dunn, and in his final season as the voice of Lockhart Lions Sports, Emilio the Sarge Juarez.
Go ahead. You're the guest of honor. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lions Field for Lockhart versus A&M Consolidated. A&M making the long drive to come here. And today is the final broadcast of the one and only Emilio the Sarge Juarez. He's headed down to the field, and he'll be back with us here in just a few minutes.
You can see him live on camera.
That's right. It's also senior night tonight. They're all lined up there behind the Lucky Lion. We'll get the camera up and going here pretty soon. Coach, knock on that window for me.
This one?
Yeah. And it's a lovely night out here with the time change. We are starting under Friday night lights tonight. We have, as always, Emilio the Sarge Juarez will be here with your play-by-play. Me, TD Tom Dunn, will give color commentary. As always, we have the coach, Amado Galvez, our football analyst, and our special guest tonight in the booth for us for the second time this year. Also providing football analytics is going to be Mr. Robert Cuellar. Welcome, gentlemen.
Appreciate y'all having me.
A big game tonight, last one of the year.
Welcome.
Yeah.
And it hadn't been an ideal season for the Lockhart Lions, but one thing that I like that is that we've seen continuous improvement from the Lions over the last few weeks. And welcome the Sarge to the broadcast.
Yeah. So I got a few more minutes, 6:45. They want me to head down there. Of course, I got the email earlier from Coach Maldonado that I will be the honorary team captain for the coin toss tonight.
Nice.
So are you the one talking, I wonder?
Well, you better get you're going to have to get suited up pretty quick.
You're going to have to ask Coach, what do I do? Do I defer? Or do I kick? Which field?
I'll point up here, TD. Which way? Which way?
We'll check the wind.
We're taking the ball? We're taking the ball. All right.
Too many questions.
So we've got 33 minutes to kick off, and we will be live here with the last district game. Last night there was one other game in our district that was a big one. That was Anderson and Weiss stunned Anderson, thumping him 28-7.
Yes, sir.
I believe it was. I think several, maybe all of us watched that game. It was a pretty good one. That Weiss defense really got after Anderson.
KBO game of the week.
Yeah, they did. Their defense was just
they got senior night going on right now.
Well, I thought Weiss would pull it out over Anderson, but I did not think they would beat him by 3 touchdowns. That was surprising.
I was watching that game and also watching Vita Johnson and Steele.
Oh, that was a murder.
Yes, it was over at halftime. It was 43-0 at halftime.
And another big game in the area tonight for district championship is taking place up at Liberty Hill as they're hosting the Bastrop Bears. Both those teams coming in undefeated on the year. I know they played for the district championship last year, but
Liberty Hill lost the first 2 games of the season.
Oh, that's right, because they scheduled difficult preseason opponent.
They lost to Steele and they lost to Raux.
But they're both undefeated in district.
Yes.
Coming into that district championship tonight. Bastrop's have been on a tear, and Liberty Hill is Liberty Hill.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what year you're talking about them, they're always bringing the strength.
And supposedly a healthy Liberty Hill.
Yeah.
And you see one of the seniors that really contributes on this team coming out right there. That's Mr. Parker Connor.
And we saw a lot from Parker last week. Of course, he was one of our defensive players of the game against Anderson. And we talked to a couple of head coaches when we were up here setting up and talked about how he was going to the sideline, getting the plays from the head coach, from Coach Maldonado, and then taking it out there and letting Bob Estrada know, hey, this is what's going to be called, and setting up the formation. And we kind of joked about it a little bit, like, and of course we did on the broadcast, like, Coach wants you to run to the left. Coach wants you to run to the right. Hand it off to this guy. Hand it off to that guy.
The fullback quarterback last week he was.
That's kind of old school. Back when the receiver would come, different receivers coming off the sideline going to the huddle.
Well, being a new quarterback, being a new quarterback, he doesn't know the hand signals yet.
Yeah, and speaking of quarterback, Mr. Estrada is going to be the quarterback again for us tonight. As one Noel Jaimes is going to sit out this last game. Of course, he suffered an injury last week at Anderson and wasn't feeling well enough, and made the grown decision to not put his health into in danger. As kids would be like, they want to play, they want to be here, they want to finish their last game as a Lockhart Lion as a senior. But Noel Jaimes got a good head on his shoulder, and his parents have raised him right and decided, his health was more important.
Yes.
Almost similar to what we saw last year with Nate Gonzalez.
Yes.
Making the decision.
It's probably the best decision that he made. I saw him in practice this week, and he looked a little bit shaky, didn't look very confident, moving kind of slow. That was the best. To me, that was the best decision he could have made.
And on the flip side of the coin, Lockhart will get Avery Ibarra back tonight. He was out with the flu and forced to watch us last week for the Anderson game. I talked to his mom earlier, and she said, man, it just about killed him having to watch that game, but that he was yelling at the TV, especially when Bob scored the long touchdown, that he was really excited.
I wonder if it was like in that movie, Remember the Times with the Boucher.
Do not come in here.
Yeah, sitting in his hospital room like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah, then she comes in. He says, do not come in here.
So, gentlemen, I do want to say a big thanks to Mr. Estrada. Of course, y'all, if y'all haven't seen the live video that I posted earlier before setting up and everything, came up here to the press box and it was all nice set up with the, with the cloth and some stands and a couple of balloons, show of gratitude of thanks. And Mr. Estrada came in. Oh yeah, there you go, right here. Some sushi. Mr. Estrada came in with some other personnel from Lockhart ISD and wanted to say thank you for what I've done the last 12 seasons. And every year when I would speak to Mr. Estrada, I'd always end with, "Hey, can I get a sushi bar in the press box?"
That's all we need.
Yeah, that's all we need. And he would say no. So I'm like, okay. And I kept asking and asking, and finally today I got my sushi bar. They came and brought a whole bunch of sushi, and it was fantastic and great. And a big thank you to Mr. Estrada and crew that came out here. And
when I talked to him about honoring you, Sarge, he's the one that brought it up. He's the first one that brought it up. He said, "Hey, go for it." I mean, I'm sure Sarge will be very, very surprised.
And I was. I really was.
And Sarge definitely deserves it as we see these seniors continue to roll out. We've seen several. We just saw the Cowboy kick returner, Killian Lyles. There's Oscar Lamas.
I thought he was waving at
lefty,
you.
Yeah, lefty.
And then we also saw the senior Preston Crable come out as well. And we'll continue to give you tabs on some of these senior football players as they announce them.
And also want to give a big shout out to Kent Riddle. Kent Riddle got some Terry Black's barbecue brought up here, and of course Kent asked, "You're welcome, Tom. Did Tom get full?"
Well, that takes a little more than some barbecue and some sushi to do that, but it was very good.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
I wanted to say this before the opening kickoff, but since I'm going to be down there for the kickoff as they're doing the coin toss, I do want to send a big shout out to Kent Riddle of Kent Riddle Properties. When I first came out with the idea for Lions Pride Sports broadcast, Kent Riddle reached out to me and asked me what my vision was. And after hearing what my vision was, Mr. Riddle told me that he was all in and wanted to assist me in any way possible to make sure that my vision was a success. From providing home tickets to Lion football games, to bringing in multiple sponsors, and for also providing us with Terry Black's barbecue tonight for us here in the press box. For the past 6 years, Mr. Riddle has been one of the main reasons that my vision with Lions Pride Sports broadcast was a huge success. And also the success comes with these gentlemen that are to my left, TD Tom Dunn, and the coach Amado Galvez, and of course Mr. Cuellar, who's joined us for a good handful of broadcasts. But I tell you what, without these guys, along with Mr. Riddle, Lions Pride Sports broadcast wouldn't be where it is today. And the countless sponsors that we've had, the hundreds to thousands of Lockhart Lion fans, not just here in the Lockhart, Texas, but all around Texas and all around the world. So a big thank you to Mr. Riddle. You're not just a part of this team, but you're also a friend. So thank you once again for your assistance and for your support.
And I'd like to thank you, Sarge, for letting me and TD join you for this great ride we've had. And hopefully we didn't get in the way, were the distraction and try to, but we did the best we could. And both of us enjoyed working with you.
Well,
it was a great 12.
I tell you what, there's only so much I could say in a 3-hour broadcast. I couldn't say this all by myself.
Well, we didn't get to start the journey with you, but I'm sure glad to be here to finish it with you and wish you well on your way. And personally, just want to thank you for the opportunity you gave me 6 years ago. And, I was just talking to you. You said, "Hey, you want to come do a freshman game?" And went down there to Medina Valley, and I fell in love with it. I absolutely love what we do up here in and out. And I was talking to my son today, and regardless of how we do it next year, no matter what, it will not be the same without Emilio the Sarge Juarez.
I'm pretty sure you'll find a way.
And I've been here 5 years, and I was my last year of coaching at Hayes. I put out there as I retired, and Sarge quickly responded, "Well, you get to join us now on Friday nights."
I mean, who better to have than somebody that knows it all when it comes to Texas high school football?
And Lockhart Lions football.
Yeah, especially Lockhart Lions football. Like I always say, Coach Galvez is the WikiLeaks of Texas high school football. If he don't know, it's because it never happened.
Right. Right.
And Sarge, I thought all day of one-liners for you for on your way out. Got you some Gold Bond powder for retirement, some Bunyan cream. No, we're definitely sad to see you go. And for you folks that don't know, Sarge may think he's retiring all the way, but he only lives about 5 blocks from here.
Yeah.
So we may be able to reel him back up into the press box in the future. You never know.
And I just want to say thanks to Sarge for having me on. And I know we met when you and the coach kicked off the 2020, the pandemic with all these old games, and that was so awesome and great. And just want to say thank you for letting me, tell my story.
Yeah.
Bringing info on Lockhart Lion football and representing my class of '97, and it's just been great.
Oh yeah, we did show highlighting the your high school class season as well.
Right,
so.
right.
And I'd like to mention that I recently moved, and all those videos, guess what? They came with me. It took three truckloads and about 3 big guys, and they said, "Man, I hope that's it."
Coach has got tapes from Lockhart Lion games that are sold. They're in reels. They say danger flammable.
I actually have some reel-to-reel, the old black and white, back in the early '80s. And I even got
they called them leatherheads.
Yeah, I even got a couple of games from my senior year, which is 1973.
Well, speaking of the 80s, had a warm one today, and it is actually above 80 degrees and will be above 80 degrees for the kickoff. Usually the last game of the year is the one you break out your hoodie for. The wife and I were getting ready, and she was like, "Oh, I'm kind of worried about the baby being cold." And I looked, I said, "You don't got to worry about that." I said, She's not going to need that jacket tonight.
Look, I got VIP access to the press box. Come on up.
I told you, you might be sweating in the stands tonight. Certainly not as cold as it has been at some of those games in the past, and that's something I want to touch on and talk about. It. If you follow our Facebook page throughout the week, Sarge, this last week, Sarge has shared his top moments and top experiences as part of Lions Pride Sports Broadcast and broadcasting in general.
All right, we could run through 8, number 3.
Let's run through some of those.
Started with 8, number 8. Calling my very first football game back in September 4th. 2014. I thought it was in August, but it was at Burger Center along with Chuck Licata and Rockin' Riff, Randy Fry on Lockhart Lions on KMAX Sports. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. A few months before that, I got with Chuck Licata, and he wanted me to asked if I could do a mixed martial arts event as a play-by-play guy. And I was like, yeah. That went so well, he told me, hey, would you like to be the voice of Lockhart Lion football from here on out? I'm like, man, I said, I don't know about all that. I said, there's 22 guys running around on the field. He goes, yeah, but there's only one guy carrying the football. I said, okay. So here we go, 12 seasons later, and it's been a wonderful ride. And I also mentioned in a post earlier, and I sent y'all guys a text that with this being my 12th season, when I called my very first Lockhart Lion football game back in 2014, the seniors that are walking the field right now for their final time, they were just barely getting into first grade.
Yeah, they
were just starting first grade.
That's
so
awesome.
It's like, man, that was, 12 years flies by in a hurry. And, it doesn't seem like I've been doing it for that long. But looking back and thinking about that, it's been a while. And, no regrets. I know TD, whoever comes in with you, TD, Coach Stays, y'all going to do an excellent job. I have all the faith in y'all. And I know I'm leaving it in good hands. And my memorable moment number 7 was listening to Lockhart Lions beat Seguin on a last-second field goal by Jordan Johnson back in 2013. That was homecoming night. And Coach Herman was the head coach for the Lockhart Lions, and Jordan Johnson drilled a field goal to win the game with no time remaining on the clock. So that was
that's awesome.
Yeah. Number 6 was Daquan Ellison's 421-yard rushing game versus Kerrville Tybee here at Lions Field. And, of course, Scott Smith talked about that, and it was like playing John Madden. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Hawkins? There's Curtis Hawkins. And Scott Smith talked about it. It was like, John Madden football. And it was amazing. And so that was one of my memorable moments right there. And number 5 was Lockhart coming back to beat Bastrop 35-31 when they were down by 17 back in October of 22. And, of course, Mr. Querio, Robert Querio, was in the press box with us at Memorial Field in Bastrop.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And, that comeback was sparked by the kickoff return by Sean McKinney. And then after that, Ashton Dickens put the team on his back and said, let's go and get this.
Well, yeah, so you had the kickoff return, and then when we kicked off after that, Bastrop got the ball. In that series, we returned a fumble for a touchdown. Next series, Ashton Dickens had like a 60-yard touchdown. I mean, we scored 3 touchdowns. Boom, boom, boom. And
the defense was barely on the field.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they were out there one play when we returned that fumble for a touchdown. And it was, man, talk about – I've never seen a game flip that fast like the way that did that night. That was awesome.
And that was midway through the third quarter where Bastrop was up by 17 at that point.
That's definitely up there on my memorable moments for sure.
And Bastrop had a very good football team.
Yes, they did.
They had one of the best quarterbacks in Central Texas, and for some reason he was not throwing the football that day.
Well, and one of the things that was cool, too, about that game specifically is we talked to a lot of players during the week in our sub-varsity game. I talked to players throughout the week. It had been a long time since Lockhart had played Bastrop, and some man thought, wow, these kids don't know about the rivalry. They did. They knew. Both sides knew. It was chippy the whole game. You know, there was none of this like it was a new thing. Those kids picked right up where we left off when we stopped playing Bastrop, and that was impressive to me how they picked up that rivalry. And then it seemed like we lost it just as quick as we had it as we moved up, and Bastrop stayed behind in Division II.
And one reason the Bastrop quarterback had a bad game, we had a linebacker by the last name of Ramos that had an excellent game that night.
Ramos was so bad, he would tackle himself. All right, going to memorable moments number 4 and 3. I got a couple of minutes before I got to head on down there. But number 4 was Lockhart beating Alamo Heights here at Lions Field, 44-36 in September 25th, 2015. And talking about Daquan Ellison's 421-yard performance, DJ Ellison, his older brother, Daquan's older brother, DJ Ellison will run for 350 yards with 25 carries and 4 touchdowns. And I tell you what, to end that game, Greg Rivera laid a bone-crushing hit on the wide receiver that jarred the ball loose on 4th down right around the 40-yard line. And it would have been a first down for Alamo Heights, but Greg Rivera hit that receiver so hard it jarred the ball loose. Alamo had to turn the ball over on downs, and from then on, Lockhart just kneeled the ball and won the game. And, of course, Lockhart would eventually go on to make the playoffs, and Alamo Heights, because of that loss, would be out of the playoffs for the first time in almost 20 years.
Wow.
And, of course, I mentioned that was a year of Fumblegate, where they had the Stephon Houston fumble the ball on purpose in the end zone. So San Marcos could score a touchdown. The game was already well in hand. San Marcos was going to win the game. But the point differential was not in Lockhart's favor. They had to win by this many or they had to lose by this many. And then there was an 8-point gap in between that if the score was in that point, then Lockhart would have been out of the playoffs. San Marcos would have been number 4. Alamo Heights would have been number 3. But, of course, Coach Herman was going to tell me, like, there's no way he could have looked his kids in the eye and tell them, hey, there was a chance I could have got you onto the playoffs. And that's what you do. You play to make the playoffs.
Right.
You know, people say, well, he threw the game. No, he didn't throw the game. The game was already in San Marcos' favor. And the best thing about that is Lockhart was able to have senior night on during the playoff game, which was here at Lions Field, because against Bernie Champion, they had to cancel senior night because it rained so bad.
I'm still stuck on 350 yards rushing. That's insane. I mean, that's insane. We've seen a couple 200-yard rushers in my era on Lions Friday Sports broadcast. But rush for 350 yards is, I mean, that's special. Yeah. That is special.
Yeah, it is. And then, of course, we talked about it with Scott Smith, but moment number 3 was a freeze bowl. Not just the freeze bowl, but also Lockhart beating Tybee. The freeze bowl, of course, October 23rd, 2019. Lockhart lost 17-3, but, man, it was so cold in the stands because that's where we had the broadcast from. And I remember leaving Lockhart. It was in the 70s. We got to Kerrville. It was in the 50s. By halftime, it was, you know, I could have sworn I seen at the top of the stands the devil was wearing a fur coat trying to stay cool himself. So
you just hear teeth chattering.
Yes.
And then year after that, or 2 years after that, we come back, and for the first time ever, we beat for the first time since '96, we beat Tybee, and beating them at home, I think, was also They were all shocked. I love the look on everybody's faces.
And, you know, and it still trips me out as we were in Kerrville calling that last onside kick, and we're like, who's like Ashton Dickens with a football? Like, what's he doing out there on kickoff return? But he put the nail in the coffin, and then as we pan the camera to the stands, We got a great video once again of his mom, Alexis, dancing in the in the crowd.
Right.
Not just her, but everybody else. But it was like she stood out the most.
And
and
she did.
Yeah, she was Ashton.
It.
Today's day, she probably still Ashton's biggest fan, and that was great to see. So
speaking of which, Ashton Lex told me he scored his first touchdown last weekend.
All right.
So
good to see that he's still doing his thing.
Well, we'll have to look and see if we can find maybe link to upcoming broadcasts for their games and see if we can share that with the folks around town. I'd definitely like to tune in.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I'll go ahead and give my memorable moment number 2, and I'll save my best one for last. But memorable moment number 2 was listening to Lockhart Line Football on KMAX Sports with Chuck Lockhart and the Rockin' River Randy Fry on August 29, 2013. The game was at Victoria West. Lockhart lost 35-34. They missed a 2-point conversion. And I want to say it was a pass to C.J. McKinney in the back of the end zone that was incomplete, and Lockhart would have won. It was with no time remaining, but to be able to hear Lockhart Lion football all the way in Kuwait, where I was deployed at the time, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was just so tired because I worked from 5 p.m. till 1 o'clock in the morning, and actually it was from noon to 1 in the morning, and I got back to my room and I saw that Lockhart was going to be. The game was going to be aired on the audio. I'm like, well, that's where? Cool. And Juan Mendoza, congratulations to Juan on getting reelected. And he sent me the link, and I sat there and watched the whole game or listened to the whole game, and it was so exciting. I was like, man. And
brought you back home,
It did. For, that's one thing that I would always tell Chuck Licata and Rockin' Rev that, listen to their broadcast, even from Kuwait, and that just for those 3 hours of listening, I felt like I was there in the stands. So whenever I call the game, that's one of the things that I want to do is to take those that, take the game to those that can't be here. And, a big thanks to, of course, Mr. Riddle and all of our sponsors throughout the years. TD, the coach, and Robert Cuellar's coming to join us. We've been able to do that because of our great sponsors. And
look at where we are from where we started, too. We started with just radio, essentially radio style only.
Or how's that song say? Started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah. Started from over there, now we're here.
Now we've got 4K video for you folks at home. I mean, it really has changed a lot over the last 6 years.
And a lot of people don't remember that we weren't invited to the party. They made us sit outside to do the games, and
we invited ourselves.
We crashed the party and we made the party.
Oh yeah, and you know what made it? What I really enjoyed about broadcasting from on the visitor side, is what you call meeting the fans. Yeah, meeting the opposing fans and the coaches out there and the scouts that would go out there. Hey, y'all got rosters? Yeah. Oh yeah. Where y'all broadcasting the game? From where? And there it is.
We always had listeners tuned in from the far side because that's where we sat for our first season as Lions Pride Sports Broadcast. Next season we made our way out of the weather and into the booth, and then the following season after that we got video.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, and of course every once in a while we get kicked to the curb and have to sit in the visiting stands or in the home stands. Of course that's for away games, but of course last week at Anderson we couldn't help it. They're remodeling their broadcast booth over there, so their press box. But gentlemen, another moment that I didn't have on here. And it's, kind of an upsetting moment, but it was probably one of the biggest games, most viewed games that Lockhart that we've ever had here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. That was the game against San Marcos. Our first year when we sat over there, San Marcos came and won on a last-second Hail Mary right here on the south side of the end zone. But I tell you what, boo. I tell you what, we had over 23,000 viewers watching that football game that night, and we haven't came close to that. We came up to 15,000, 16,000, but not 23,000.
Well, I think I spent the rest of that weekend in a depression, sitting in the dark, drinking brandy, listening to sad songs. Man, it was horrible.
Yeah. And I think it was kind of like a bad karma type of thing, because I remember Lockhart, we thought had scored the winning touchdown on this side, and my wife Blanca was the one doing the video, and she forgot to move the camera as we scored the touchdown, and I turned and looked at her, and she was like, I think I missed it.
I
said, don't worry about it.
Well, and that didn't even end up being the end of it. It was when the refs pulled out 3 extra seconds out of their pocket and gave it to San Marcos because that clock expired.
Yeah. I remember the ride home. I told her, I said, you missed our TD, but you couldn't miss the Hail Mary, right?
And she did. She got it.
Was the quarterback that baseball guy?
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yes.
If I'm ever feeling too happy and need to be brought back down to earth, just go watch the end of that one because felt like we had it in the bag. They had a long pass, which it appeared time ran out on the pass, but they put 3 seconds back on the clock, and that was enough for them to get the Hail Mary and win. And you know, that was a time when I don't think Lockhart had beat San Marcos in years at that point. And we still didn't that night, but we dang well should have. And it was a great game. I mean, even up until that point, that was just that was an awesome game.
Guys, we'll be lucky if we start the game at 7. Look at the line here.
Yeah, so they show 9 minutes, 42 seconds left on the clock, folks. If I had to guess, this will be a little bit closer to a 7:30 start. It is scheduled for 7, but they are, looks like maybe about halfway through the senior class. So if I had to guess, 25 minutes or so maybe.
And that's great. These seniors need to be recognized.
Yeah. And you know what, throughout – someone had asked me, and I made a list because they were asking me, you know, out of my 12 seasons here at calling Lockhart Lion football games, you know, who are some of the, some of the memorable players that I've come across and been able to watch play. You know, in no particular order, you know, except for maybe the last name I'm going to bring up. And
Tom Dunn, Robert Cuellar. Who else?
Yeah. You know, some names that come to mind is Bailey Gerard. You go, hey, how's it going?
As you folks can expect, everybody's going to come see Sarge tonight for sure. He'll have visitors all night.
Bailey Gerard, you know, comes to mind. One of my most memorable moments from Bailey is the playoff game against Brackenridge at Rattler Stadium. He intercepted a pass, and there's this photo. I could not find the photo to save my life, but there was a photo to where as soon as he intercepted the pass, everybody on the defensive side had turned and was looking for somebody to block, and there he was right behind them. You know, that was an awesome moment. He would end up scoring a touchdown. Of course, Lockhart would beat Brackenridge to win the by-district championship at Rattler Stadium. And, you know, of course, others, 82 car that comes to mind. Curtis Hawkins, who was just in here a few minutes ago.
The Hawk.
Yep. Greg Rivera, that we talked about, laid the huge hit, had a fantastic senior season for a Lockhart Lion. And, you know, it was a great way to cap off a big win against Alamo Heights with that big old hit by Greg Rivera. Kenneth Lampkin comes to mind. You know, defensive end. And
Kerry Lampkin too. Yeah.
Balar Sneed was another guy that comes to mind. Of course, you can't forget about Lockhart has had a rich history of running backs.
Right.
You know, My Time Gonzalez, Sean McKinney, but I mean these three guys, the Ellison brothers. Can you imagine if DJ, Daquan, and Datron all played together at the same time?
Right.
You just put all three of them in the backfield and just in a slot T, you don't know who's going to get the football. But whoever gets the football, you got to watch out. But the one thing I liked about the Ellison brothers, they couldn't have been no taller than 5'3" or 5'5". They're 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". There were some small guys, weighed about 140, 150 pounds, but they were just so awesome to watch, and they could take a hit, get right back up. I mean, the Energizer Bunny had nothing on these guys.
Right. I think also they came in at the perfect time when hurt with that offense because they could hide behind the line, but once they got past the linebackers, they were gone. They had the speed to where the other team's secondary was not going to catch them.
Yeah, and it showed with Daquan Ellison, 421 yards. I still believe it's the most rushing yards from scrimmage.
It has to
by a running back, and of course DJ Ellison's right behind him with 350 yards.
Right.
So and Datron, he never really got the amount of yardage that he should have gotten, but every time he got the football, it was so exciting to watch Datron Ellison.
Right.
And, it was exciting to see all three of them get the football.
Yes.
Sergeant, I'd like to give a shout-out to the coaches that you work for. Coach Herman went bent over backwards to help us. I mean, he was a great asset. And even Coach Mavis.
Yeah.
We had a great working relationship with Coach Mavis. He helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Got us, opened a lot of doors for us. And thank you, Coach Mavis and Coach Herman. And, of course, Coach Maldonado.
Yeah. I got a great message from Coach Mavis earlier this morning. thanking me for what we've done here and, our time together while he was here. So, and like you mentioned, Coach, Coach Mavis and Coach Herman, previous to this year for Coach Maldonado, they were here for 12 years, 6 years apiece.
Yes.
And if you take the 12 years prior to Coach Herman getting here, we had about 5 to 7 head coaches in that time frame. So Lockhart never really got to settle in on the coach. And that was one thing I really appreciated a whole bunch from Coach Herman and Coach Mavis. They were here for 6 years. And they built the program. Coach Herman built the program for the slot T. Coach Mavis came in and changed the whole system around and was successful in doing that. Of course, things happen. It comes time when a coach knows he's going to have to move on to move on, and that's what Coach Herman and Coach Mavis did. So, but let me go ahead and turn it over. I'm going to head on down the field, and Robert and Coach, I'll let y'all take over. TD's going to be coming up here in a minute.
Yes, sir. Don't sprain your ankle. As we're winding down to the senior line, had a couple more seniors to recognize. I'd like to mention that Coach Hipperstil gave an awesome speech during the prep rally today to all the seniors. He told every senior that participated in athletics, please stand up. And they did, and gave him a big round of applause. And he thanked them and congratulated them for the great 12 years. Well, actually, 4 years of high school and 2 years of junior high. All the hard work they did. And was representing Lockhart, not just in football, but basketball, all sports. And just making Lockhart look good, looking like a very good community, which we are, and making Lockhart High School very proud of them.
Right. Coach Hibbins still is the only coach still remaining from when I graduated back in '97, but there's good reason to that. If you look at his cross-country program, it is excellent. He has them guys in tip-top shape. Of course, you see all the district championships he's won. He's just what an awesome coach. Well-respected coach also. So Coach Hibbins still, congratulations again on another cross-country championship this past year in district.
Yes, sir. Great job, Coach. And Coach Hipperstil is still going. He's not going anywhere. And believe it or not, he's going to be coaching one of the freshmen, the freshman B team basketball team.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was asking me, heck yeah, I could do it. I know a little bit about basketball. He's being from Indiana. And I think he's going to do a fantastic job. I think I think he found another sport that he can conquer. As we're getting ready for the coin toss.
Let's give a big round of applause for all of our seniors out there.
There's a young man out there representing Lockhart in the coin toss. His name is Emilio Lesarge Juarez.
He's a 43rd year senior, I think.
He's going to be in the next Chad Power series.
That's right. That's right.
I got to stand up for this.
He'll be Emilio Lesarge Suarez when he comes back. And there comes Lucky's crew as they do every week. Running hard. Where's the little bitty one? There he is. Oh, he's keeping up better this week.
I'm glad they didn't make Sarge run out.
And just had a chance to talk to Coach Mike Maldonado on the sideline. He's fired up. He's ready to go. He's optimistic. The season we've had, make no mistake, his expectation is high. I mean, every week, week in and week out, it's not that, hey, we're going to go out here and beat this team. But his expectation of the team is that we do everything we can to try to make that happen. But, he's definitely intense. He's got a high expectation of the team, and it doesn't waver. It doesn't matter what you did last week. The expectation each week, week in and week out, is that we do our job and that we get better each week. And that's one of the things that I talked to him about earlier this week is, record or not, we have improved every single game that we play. We have maybe one down game. But last week, he felt like last week was our best performance since the San Antonio Southwest game.
I agree 100%, TD. And just look at the number of injuries that we had. People don't realize we started one game with four starters on the sideline. That made a big difference, I think.
Well, and there's just so many things to overcome. You know, we've had injuries where 4 starters were on the sideline. We've got 4 starters that are playing over at Hayes. I mean, there's so many things that we've had to overcome, and he's had to try to overcome in his first year. But it was just his first year, and I look for big things in the future. Here come your Lockhart Lions. They're led out of the tunnel by senior Aiden Scott. Actually, all the seniors are up front. And they are fired up. Looks like they mean business. See, Big Joe Johnson's got the selfie stick working out there. And they are fired up down there. And that's one thing. So that's another thing I talked to Coach Maldonado a few times about is, you know, you set the record aside. One way for me that's good to kind of analyze a coach, how's he doing, where he's at. Look at the body language of the players at any point in any game, right? Whether you're up or down, the body language is great. The attitude that we see is great. You know, there's not a moment where we're down by 24 where these guys start hanging their heads. I mean, they compete every step of the way, every inch of the way, week in and week out, and these players are bought in. The younger players are bought in. I talked to my son about it. He said, man, Dad, I've never had a coach like that. He said, he is awesome the way he's able to connect with us. And that means a lot, when you hear it from the athlete's mouth, especially. It's one thing to hear it from a senior who, I'm a senior and I know what to say, and it's another thing to hear from a freshman who's just coming into the program and going, Dad, this guy's awesome, you know. And so I really am excited about the future of Lockhart football. And we'll turn the crowd mic up as the Lockhart Varsity Choir will give us the national anthem. Colors are presented by the Lockhart Air Force Junior ROTC. We'll turn it over to Big Rob. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Face the midfield. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the presentation of our nation's colors of the Lockhart High School Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. Commanding the Color Guard is Cadet First Lieutenant Alida Fede. The national anthem will be sung by the Lockhart High School Varsity Choir. Signed to LHS Varsity Choir will be directed by Mr. George Simon.
And what a wonderful rendition of the national anthem performed by the Lockhart Varsity Choir. They've done it all year long, and I think that was probably the best one we've got all year. Robert, can you hit some of those high notes like that?
No, I cannot. I cannot.
I can't hit the low ones either, so it doesn't matter, low, medium, or high. I'm not singing much unless it's in the shower.
Yeah, in the shower, I sound good.
And so, welcome, folks. We are here for the last football game of the year for your Lockhart Lions. Tonight, they are hosting A&M Consolidated Tigers. And we'll get a chance to see if our Lions can knock the stripes off those Tigers. A&M's had a pretty good season, only one loss on their record.
I believe they're what? Are they second
or
third?
2 loss on their record. They're, I think,
They lost to Forney 38-21. They lost to Anderson 42-40.
And they beat everybody else they played, including Weiss, who beat Anderson.
Right.
Sometimes you can't line them up and make sense. And we see the captains for Lockhart. They're going to be senior Noel Jaimez. You're going to have senior number 14, Miguel Portillo. Senior number 25, Landon Mendez. Senior number 35, Parker Connor. And senior Emilio the Sarge Juarez is the honorary captain for this week.
That's awesome.
And we can't say how proud we are to see Sarge honored as the honorary captain for the game tonight. On the other side, you got captains number 16. That's going to be Jaden Wolfenberg. And I'll put my glasses on and get you the other ones. Hey, I can read them. And it'll be number 97, Wyatt Beavers, senior. And number 6, that's going to be Caden Steptoe, senior.
For the past 12 seasons, the Sarge has been the voice of Lockhart Lions sports. The Sarge has finally come down. The final 2 minutes.
Look at the screen.
And we'd like to thank the Lockhart Lion fans, coaches, players, past and present, the community of Lockhart, and Lockhart ISD for the support y'all have given to the Spars.
And you can't see it on the cameras that's on the field, but on the big screen is a tribute to the one and only Emilio the Sarge Juarez.
Tom Dunn. Thank you both for sharing the booth with me. My granddaughter, Emma, who has traveled with me to almost every broadcast for the last 5 years, as well as my wife, Lockhart, who has supported me throughout the years. As the Sarge signs out for the last time.
All right, the Sarge got a number 1 jersey.
You can take the lion out of the Lockhart and never take the heart out of the Lockhart.
Thank you, Sarge.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Couldn't happen to a better guy.
No, it sure couldn't. I mean, without him, I'm not here doing this. And
I'm definitely not here.
And I tell you, folks, I'm excited. It is Friday. We got football, and this is one of my favorite things to do in the world. And I have that man down there, Emilio the Sarge Juarez, to thank for it. And so it looks like Lockhart has deferred to the second half, and College Station, A&M Consolidated, will take the kickoff. Back deep for them is going to be number 6, Caden Steptoe, and number 0, Simon Starks. It'll be Lamas to kick it off for your Lockhart Lions. Now, I told Coach, I said, I'll be ready to see that double reverse flea flicker pass. Folks, this is the last game of the year.
Why not?
No playoffs in sight for the Lockhart Lions, so I don't think they'll be holding anything back here. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if Lamas comes out and kicks an onside. It looks like A&M Consolidated is also, kind of thinking that way too, as they've got quite a few up men, and then they're just peppered in the back. So we'll see what Lamas decides to do with it. And it's going to be a deep kick, and we are underway at Lions Field. That's going to be number 0 with it. Starts left, comes right, got some room up the middle. Got to see him. Lamas the one man to beat. He's past him, and nobody's going to catch him. That is Simon Starks for a 90-yard touchdown to open the game for A&M Consolidated. No flags on the field. The touchdown will stand.
Talk about showing great speed there, man.
Right.
Once he got in the open field, he was gone.
I just kept waiting to see the Sarge track him down.
He left the field too soon.
Man, A&M comes out swinging with a great return by Simon Starks. And he's a senior. It'll be, they're into the playoffs, so you can't call it their last game of the year, but it's their last district game of the year. Getting set to kick the extra point is going to be number 17, Radley King. And the snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good. And A&M with, 13 seconds gone off the clock, goes up 7 points over your Lockhart Lions. Not a good way to start in the last game of the year for the Lions.
I tell you what, as quick as they score, we can do the same thing here, TD.
Oh, that's right.
We got some fast guys back there also.
Well, and for us, special teams, it's either been our Achilles heel or our Trojan horse. At different times,
Right.
It's been different things. We've had times where we've come out and returned it for a touchdown. Then we've had other times where we've kicked the ball around 3 times and only got the ball inside the 5-yard line. So, like I said, it's either our Achilles heel or our Trojan horse. We'll see if it can be the Trojan horse this time, as they're going to send Aiden Scott back deep, and he'll be joined back there by Caden Roland Bright. And we are now joined in the booth by the one and only, the honorary captain for tonight. My mentor, Emilio the Sarge Juarez, is back with us.
Oh, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's a very somber moment for me. It's, of course, they presented me with this jersey right here with everybody's signature on it. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going to cherish this for the rest of my life, and I hope I'm going to cherish it for a long time, too.
We'll have to get that one framed.
Yes.
Well, Sarge, not the way Lockhart wanted to start. As I said, it's either feast or famine on special teams for Lockhart. And as we remember from years past, Consolidated has that whole team pump fake.
They love to do that.
And sometimes they'll kick it and go for it. And it looks like they will pooch kick it for the sideline into the dead zone. Nobody there.
Ooh.
And Lockhart is able to get it. Yeah, there's going to be a flag for a late hit out of bounds. So they catch it and go out of bounds around the 32, and then they're going to have 15 yards on the end of that one. I think that was Ancita that brought that one down. Joseph Ancita.
Number 12.
Yeah. And gentlemen, before this next play, I want to finish off the memorable players. Of course, we're down to 2 and 1. Jackie Edwards Jr. is one of those guys that wore the Lockhart Lions uniform, and I tell you what, he's doing a fantastic job in college nowadays. I believe he's going to be graduating this year, if I'm correct. And also, you can't forget Mr. Lockhart himself, Ashton Dickens, for what he did here in Lockhart. Both Ashton and Jackie Edwards, some of the most incredible players that I've seen that wore Lockhart Lion uniform.
Well, the very definition of leaders.
Yes.
I mean, really.
All right.
1st and 10, Lockhart.
And so for Lockhart, both their starting and backup quarterback are out with injuries. So we will get starting this week. It will be number 2, Bob Estrada. He's going to be in the split shotgun to start off. He'll have Caden Roland Bright, and he'll have Zeke Navarro with him.
And Bob got a lot of reps this week, and they actually did quite a bit of throwing.
I bet they stayed late a few times this week to try to catch him up. Last week, Estrada did come into the game, did great, but the playbook was limited.
It was. So here we are, 1st and 10 for the Lockhart Lions. Estrada in shotgun formation.
I like it.
Yeah, there'll be a fake handoff to Zeke Navarro, and Estrada coming around the left side. Breaks an arm tackle before he takes a huge hit. Just shy of the 50-yard line at the 49 in Lion territory.
Now, we cannot afford it to get Bob hurt.
Man, Estrada's showing his toughness. That was a solid hit because the way he was propped up by a player behind, took the helmet to the chest and shows his toughness, bounced right back up.
Yeah,
man, that one hurt my chest.
Yeah, and you got to think he's used to taking hits because he's used to delivering them.
He's used to giving them. Yeah. That's right. 2nd and 7.
Estrada calling for the snap, man in motion. That's going to be the exciting player of Anthony. Anthony gets the jet sweep going around the right side. And great job by the Tigers stretching it sideline to sideline. Anthony's able to pick up a couple of yards. And, gentlemen, if I was here a little bit longer, I'm pretty sure Estrada and Anthony are going to be some of those memorable players that a lot of people are going to see, for the future for Lockhart Lion football. And Anthony's only a freshman this year. So
you talked about their horizontal pursuit on that one. 9 of the 11 A&M Consolidated players pursued down the line and were in the area where that tackle made. Anthony looking for a gap, and one just never opened up. We do have one-on-one down here on the bottom with Anthony.
Yeah, there'll be a handoff to Bright, who's another exciting player.
Oh.
He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and he might have lost a yard back to the 50.
I thought he lost the ball there for a minute.
Looks like they're going to give him the line of scrimmage, looking at the line judge, and that'll bring in the punting unit, which we'll just see Estrada take a few steps back as he's been the punter in the second half of the season for the Lockhart Lions.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the punt formation either, because we've seen Bob Estrada run plenty of times and pick up first downs on the way.
A&M Consolidated has everyone but one man is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage here.
They're bringing pressure.
Yeah, Estrada back in his own.
Looks like they're going to try to bring the block, and they do. And Estrada takes off. You want to block it? I'll take off.
He's going to pick up the first down and more. Crosses the 30 where he runs out of bounds at. And there's no penalty flag that I see. And great blocking on the edge.
A great play against the all-out block. You know, they lined up 10 players to come and try to block that ball. Well, that's perfect. You know, just take off.
Is there a flag?
Oh, there is a penalty flag.
Oh, come on.
I didn't see the laundry on the field.
I didn't either. I think it was on the far side. And they are going to bring it back, and it looks like it is going to be against the Lions. So where it was 4th and 6, that's going to back them up. It'll be 4th down and 11, I presume. Oh, it's going to be a hold, so it'll be more than that. It'll be 4th and 16.
Didn't need that.
Well, it's like you said earlier, TD, last game of the season, can't hold nothing back.
That's right.
Yep.
Feel like we're going to get the
Water boy.
and be like, we know, can't hold anything back. Do it again.
And
He does. He
goes
goes for it again.
Right,
Wow.
and he's going to be chased out of bounds. Great job out there on the far side by the Tigers, picking that one up. And
Well, the Tigers are going to have good field position. We have yet to see the offense. Despite the fact they received the opening kickoff, we have not seen the offense on the field for the A&M Consolidated Tigers.
now we're about to for the first time as Lockhart comes out to the field. Actually, both of them coming out for the first time, offensively and defensively.
Number 12, the quarterback for the Tigers. Excellent deep on the deep pass. Excellent thrower.
And number 6 is going to be one of his favorite targets, Caden Steptoe. Watched him before the game, and he looked really solid out there catching, one-handers.
Yeah, here he is in the slot position. Here on the near side, they're going to hand the ball off to the running back. He'll go right up the middle, finds a little seam, and he'll get enough for a first down for the Tigers.
That's senior Eric Mickens, number 19 with the carry. And he's brought down by both the safeties for the Lions as well as Portillo. And so right away they get a first down and move the chains.
And here we are, almost like a offset pistol formation for the Tigers. They'll go fake the handoff, throw the pass out here to the near side, and Portillo missing the tackle, but great job by the receiver breaking through that arm tackle.
Well, and good job by Portillo. Slowed him down just enough. Wasn't able to make the secure tackle, but was able to slow him down enough for Aiden Scott to come in and clean it up for a short gain.
Right.
And we want to make sure and keep talking about tonight, keep calling it out. It is senior night and the last game for a lot of these seniors, including the one who made that tackle, Mr. Aiden Scott, and Portillo as well.
And this time they'll fake the handoff and a quick throw.
Nice
Almost looked like a quarterback keeper, and nice room to run out there on the outside.
Nice
and finally
RPO.
going to be chased down.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the definition of the RPO right there.
Excellent ball handling.
Yeah, quarterback had some room to run, but just went ahead and dumped it off to his receiver and picks up a big first down inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line where it's going to be first down and go to go.
Yeah, it looked like Portillo was like, I'm going to get him, and then boom, he loosed it, and then great job running after the catch.
Here we go, 2 receivers to the right side.
Handoff
Right up the middle. Great
Nice
job
tackle.
up the front.
That's Parker Connor.
Yeah, Parker Connor showing his presence here in the first quarter. Of course, once again, Parker Connor was part of the Quantum Tone Defensive Players of the Game last week against Anderson, and here he is getting his chance on the field.
You can
starting position.
Second down.
You can arm tackle when your arms are that strong. He was not letting go.
Second down and go to go from the 5. And Lockhart's going to jump. They're going to go ahead and blow the play dead as Lockhart made contact. I don't know if that was more of adrenaline offsides or the snap count.
Or a hard count.
Yeah, a hard count.
You got to think it was a hard count because it was so many of them that jumped. There was most of the D-line that jumped across. I'm surprised they didn't whistle that dead on unabated to the quarterback. They let him. He did go ahead and throw it, but it was incomplete. And that'll be half the distance to the goal.
They're bringing in a different quarterback?
Number 9? No, number...
At this point, no telling what they're bringing.
16?
Looks like 16, right.
And that is number 16, Jaden Mullenberg. He was one of the captains at the beginning of the game.
He'll be calling for the snap, man in motion.
Quarterback draw.
Yeah, he'll get he'll run the ball in for a touchdown for the Tigers.
And with that, pinning the extra point, the Tigers will go up 14 on your Lockhart Lions. And so the Tiger offense comes out, starts with pretty good field position in Lockhart territory. And in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays is able to march it down and march it across the goal line.
Yeah, and of course, Lockhart missed out on a big first down on a 4th down. Fake punt by Estrada, which was called back for holding. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So, as TD mentioned, as the extra point goes through the uprights, it is A&M Consolidated 14, Lockhart Line 0. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with more action right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Rebecca Pulliam State Farm Insurance Agency, located at 201 South Main Street in downtown Lockhart, Texas, has proudly been serving the Lockhart and surrounding area since 2013. With over 50 years of combined insurance experience, Rebecca and her team are here to help with all your insurance needs. While Rebecca is not working, you can catch her watching her 2 girls cheer and play volleyball or serving on the Lockhart ISD School Board. If you're looking for insurance, give Rebecca Pulliam State Farm Insurance a call at 512-398-3355.
And we are back, and we are in the Rebecca Pulliam State Farm first quarter. Of course, we enjoyed a senior night on the Quantum Towing pregame show right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. As A&M Tigers will be set to kick the ball away.
And once again, deep for the Lions is going to be Aiden Scott and Caden Roland Bright, the second line up. You're going to have Parker Connor and I think maybe Dylan White on the far side. This one will be a deep kick.
They're going to bring it out of the end zone. That's going to be Bright trying to find some room, and he's going to be brought down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, and that's definitely a mistake there, bringing that one out of the end zone. Got to put your knee down and take it where you can get it. And unfortunately, Lockhart's going to start with a long field, something we've seen happen all too many times this year, starting inside their own 5-yard line. There's an injury timeout on the field. While they take a timeout, we'll take another one as well. We'll be back here in just a minute. You're watching Lockhart Lions football on Lions Pride Sports Broadcast and Studio 301.
If you're looking to cherish that special moment in photos, Warren Yanez Photography is the one to call. Warren Yanez is a very talented young man with the inspiration and determination to capture the photos that will create everlasting memories. In June of 2025, Warren was voted Best Photographer by the National Student Leadership Conference in Washington, D.C. Warren Yanez Photography has flexible scheduling with shoot locations available within the Lockhart area. If you are interested in having Warren photograph yourself, your family, and/or pets. For more info about availability to schedule a session and for rates, you can contact Warren at 512-855-3106.
And we are back after the injury timeout. The young man was able to get up and hop off the field, but he was able to get off the field underneath his own power, so that's always good to see. Lockhart started inside their own 5-yard line at the 4, 1st and 10, for their second drive of the game.
And we did see this at Anderson, and they made it all the way down the field.
And they'll hand the ball off up the middle and probably pick up about a yard. Gets it out to the 5. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 as Zeke Navarro, who didn't get that much rushing last week against Anderson, in here in the first quarter, picking up his first carry of the night.
Caden Roland Bright was hot last week.
Well, I had one of them dazzling touchdown runs. I think it was 53 yards. And
we'll tell you what, we'll show you guys that one again here a little later when we have one of the breaks. We'll show you some highlights from last week's game at Anderson.
And, of course, Estrada, once again, man in motion is Connor. And they'll hand it off to Zeke Navarro once again. And coming in from the left side of the defensive side of things. Yeah, he's going to be down.
Wait, no,
we
he
picked
wasn't.
it up. Yeah, it was run.
No, it wasn't. Keep going. Well, you can tell that they know Lockhart's starting quarterback is out. They know the backup's out. They know that Estrada is in his second week because they zero respect for the pass right now. They're loading up 8 guys in the box, and they're bringing another 1 or 2 off the edge each time.
And, of course, a top receiver for A&M is covering the top receiver for us, number 6 on number 80.
And once again, 8 men not only in the box, all right up on the line of scrimmage. And they bring all 8 of them, and he's going to throw it. Looking for Anthony.
Almost making an over-the-shoulder catch.
Holy cow.
Great throw by Estrada.
I can't believe Anthony located it. I mean, I thought it had no hope, and he almost brought it in. Now, I like that quick release by Estrada. I'm impressed by that.
He's been working on it all week.
He's got that Vince Young flick, just kind of got a quick release.
But with Vince Young, that little flick was about 50, 60 yards down the field.
This is true. Well, Estrada won't have much room here to punt this time, as it's going to be 4th and goal from his own 12. So he'll have about 13 yards of cushion. Get rid of it quick.
Do we fake it from this side of the field?
I don't think so. I hope not.
It is the last game of the season.
Can't hold another back. Oh, and that is not what we needed. Is that there's a flag.
Delay a game?
Yeah, delay a game on Lockhart.
Estrada needed a few more yards to
Wait
punt.
a minute. No, they had 12 men on the field.
Yeah,
why not try and get away with one? So that 13 yards went down just a slight.
Is there any thought, Coach, of maybe just taking a safety here instead of risking giving him a touchdown?
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, Estrada able to kick it with a quick kick. Doesn't go very far, but it's out of there.
Takes the Lockhart Lion roll. And, gentlemen, while we're in between switching offense and defense, there's a couple of shout-outs I'd like to give that throughout my time. Of course, Lockhart ISD and Mr. Estrada, who provided us with some great sushi here tonight. The ones who started things up, Chuck Licata and Randy Fry, along with Sheila Henderson, who was athletic director at that time, brought Chuck Licata and Randy Fry in to start Lockhart Lions on KMAX Sports. And, of course, Lockhart Lions head coach at that time, Coach Herman. So, big shout-out to them. And I'll have plenty more, as you can see a list right here, as I go throughout the night.
Make sure you check the comments also.
Yeah. I'm a fighter. You don't want to throw all your punches in the first round.
That's
you want to save them for all rounds. So here we go. Quarterback gets the snap, rolls around to his left side.
Come up. There you go.
Throws it out. Has to throw it away.
And Lockhart got extremely lucky on that one as number 3, Darius Roberts, was running wide open by himself in the middle of the field on a busted coverage by the Lions. But luckily the quarterback was looking left.
And I tell you what, Titus Ramirez had a lot to do that. He got into the backfield and chased that quarterback out, not giving him an opportunity. Of course, the wide receivers had all day, but the quarterback didn't.
And so we've seen 2 quarterbacks for A&M Consolidated. This is a Marion Moore in there.
That's it. Moore's going to be in the backfield. Was split by 2 running backs. He'll fake the handoff, throws it out to the running back coming out from the backfield. Makes the move towards the left side, heads to the sideline.
Too much.
And finally going to be chased out of bounds.
And that's Darius Roberts on the reception.
Aiden Scott with the stop. But not before the Tigers pick up a big first down.
Well, the one thing that stands out for me immediately about this A&M Consolidated Tigers team is speed. They seem to have a good bit of speed across the board. I've seen at least 3 or 4 guys already where I'm going, ooh, he's fast.
Very good-looking football team.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing, Coach.
And I haven't even seen number 22 on the field yet, who in pregame, man, number 22 looked like a man out there.
And great job up front by the Lockhart Lions, led by Julian Benavides. And number 56, David Seaver.
And the whole D-line getting some action on that one. Number 56, David Seaver is a junior. Getting a little more, getting a little play time tonight.
And Tigers have the ball
It is 2nd and goal, and they're backed up a bit.
Yeah, to the 12-yard line. They'll hand it off to number 2, goes right up the middle, and once again, Julian Benavides in there in on the stop.
And that Benavides might have saved a touchdown on that one. And they bring him down to 5, going to bring up 3rd down. It's a big 3rd down. Lockhart could really use a stop right here. They're probably going to go 2-down territory here. But it would be huge for Lockhart to get a stop right now.
3rd down and go to go from the 4. Check that from the 5. And they'll give the ball to quarterback keeper. And
Caveman Braden Martinez there for the stop after a pickup of a couple. That is going to bring up 4th down. It looks like I don't know if they're marching the field goal unit on, because that's the 2nd quarterback who we saw running in on the draw. Nope, they're just changing offensive players, I think.
Yep. Looks like they're going to run the same thing.
Unless their quarterback is a field goal kicker, too.
Yeah, so that's number 16 now into the game. That is Jaden Mullenberg.
Well, it looks like they're going for it.
He kept it himself last time for a touchdown.
So Mullenberg in shotgun formation. They'll fake the jet sweep. He'll keep it going around the near side and steps into the end zone for another Tiger touchdown.
And just beyond the fingertips of Portillo coming around the edge there. And I tell you what, A&M has gone up early, and we are still in the Rebecca Pulliams Farmers Insurance first quarter. The score will be 21-0, pinning the extra point here at Lions Stadium. We finally dropped below 80 degrees out there. A warm start for a late game.
Here comes the extra point try. The snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good.
And I'll have to watch that later in the game. Lockhart pretty close on that one to maybe being able to throw a block at it.
So with 3:17 left to go here in the Rebecca Pulliam State Farm first quarter, it is A&M Consolidated 21, Lockhart Lions 0. We're going to keep it right here. And, gentlemen, I tell you what, coaches talked about it. Down there being on the field next to the Lockhart Lions and, of course, the captains for A&M, these guys are big.
Yes.
They're tall. I was standing there. I was like a boy amongst giants.
It's one of those you really had to be there in person things.
Yeah.
I felt that way going to some college and some professional games before, standing by the walkout tunnel. You go, I knew those guys are big, but I didn't realize they're huge.
Yeah, as you walk down the stairs, the bleachers, they start getting bigger and bigger.
All right, and we've got a new deep man for Lockhart. That is the freshman, number 80, DeMonte Anthony. He's standing where it was kicked last time, where Roland Bryant elected to bring it out of the end zone and was taken down around the 5. And on the other side is going to be Aiden Scott. Aiden Scott had a good return last week. And Lockhart ready for the pump fake.
Now will A&M take a chance and kick it to the young freshman? I hope they do. And
it won't be this time.
They'll keep it way away from them and go ahead and kick it out of bounds. I guess they'd rather give Lockhart the ball at the 30 instead of in the end zone.
Well, Lockhart will take over with their best starting field position of the night. Of course, wasn't too hard to beat your field position from your first drive. Lockhart unable to move the sticks on that last possession, as they really kind of moved backwards even from starting where they started. But this time they'll have much better field position for Bob Estrada and the offense. It'll be Roland Bright in the backfield with him. You know, earlier in the year, Sarge, that bubble screen worked really well for us, and then it kind of disappeared somewhat on us, or that flare route to Roland Bright. I'd love to see that come back tonight.
Yeah, Lockhart has 3 receivers up top, 1 to the bottom.
Look at him just selling out.
Estrada with the carry coming around the near side. Nice block up front to get around the edge. That was
Roland Bright. He took his man to IHOP and got him a stack of pancakes.
I tell you what, Bright was paying Estrada back from last week.
That's right.
Block that Estrada gave him to get to the
blocks,
outside.
Plural.
Yeah, blocks.
Somebody down for their team.
Yeah, somebody's down for their team.
That's going to be down here on the near side. And while we do that, I got a couple of more shout-outs. We're going to keep it rolling. Coach Mavis and Coach Maldonado I mean, talking about Coach Mavis being here for 6 years, we want to give him a big shout out. Of course, like I said earlier in the broadcast, he sent me a nice text message, congratulating me on, for this last season and, saying some nice praises out there. And, of course, he's going to be heading off to the playoffs with his Huntsville Hornets team.
He's had a pretty good first year over there in Huntsville.
Oh, yeah.
And won the last 3 in a row.
Yeah. And then I can't forget about Mr. Bishop and his crew that sit right next to us that provide this high-quality video whenever we're here at Lions Stadium for every broadcast that we've had since, 2020, 2021?
Yeah, it's truly different. So, they make us look bad when we're on the road because how high quality it is here at home. As you see, it's beautiful, crisp video.
We go from 4K to I wish we had a K.
Yeah, that's right. To maybe 1080J is what we'll call it.
To VHS quality.
Right.
That's right. But, yes, they do an excellent job. And, of course, you can see right now they have their wireless camera that they finally got it started up and working a couple of weeks ago, and get some great shots of the fans, the cheerleaders, the student section, the band. They've done an outstanding job the last 5 years for us here on the broadcast, and I can't thank them enough for what they've done. And every year a new group graduates, but every year Mr. Bishop gets a fresh group in, and they hit the road running every time. So it'll be Estrada with the keeper right up the middle. Got some room to run. Almost bounces it out to the outside, but a game-saving tackle, or touchdown-saving tackle by number 26 of the Tigers.
Coach, something that I'm seeing out of the consolidated defense is those outside linebackers, zero respect for the pass. They're coming hard off the edge every time. That could be huge for Lockhart if they can hit the slant at some point later in the game, but it is wide open for the slant. As those linebackers, they're coming hard every play.
I tell you what, the defense lining up like this reminds me of when Lockhart was running slot T. They were all up on the line of scrimmage, and great move by Bright to get around to the outside, scoots over towards the far side and picks up a first down for the Lockhart Lions. What a run by Bright.
Well, that started 3 yards deep in the backfield where he made Caden Steptoe miss with a nifty little hip shimmy move. We'll take a look at that replay here in just a second. What a first down run by Caden Roland Bright. Here's the replay. Yeah, you can see, as I'm saying, every play, these linebackers are coming hard off the edge, just makes them miss, and then turns it into a first down run.
As we get back to live action, quick toss out here to Abel, and, man, he had some room to run. But great job by the defense as they were able to tip that one.
Jackson Solomon just gets a fingertip on it, or Abel's going to have some green in front of him, and Abel knew it too. He still almost caught it even off the tip, but he knew he missed a good opportunity there. And that is Strada's second pass attempt of the game. And down here in the bottom, one-on-one, it's going to be Starks and Anthony.
They got Parker Connor in the backfield along with Bright. A power pistol, and Bright will get the handoff. Follows Parker Connor before it bounces out to the outside.
Nice
really good patience that time by Caden Roland Bright. It really makes me think of the Anderson running back we saw last week, who would just hang out behind the line for a minute before he picked his hole. Roland Bright showed some great patience on that run.
As we take a look at that second down play, it was 2nd and 10.
Their outside linebacker, number 9, he came in like a rocket.
I mean, they're coming off the edge every play, and at some point we're going to take advantage of that with a slant. Or even a flat route's going to be open with him coming.
Something.
So 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Lions. Estrada calls for the snap. He'll follow his block going around the right side before he bounces that out back, coming over here towards the near side, trying to get the edge, and gets there to the 30.
And he's got enough.
He's going to get enough for the first down.
Whew-wee, that is tough to do against another fast team, and Estrada shows just how fast he is, as several of them tried to take angles on him, and they couldn't get him. And Coach, you can be aggressive, but when you're coming off the edge like that, you can only do it so long before, a good coach and a good coaching staff, they're going to take advantage of that eventually. You'll have to start having a little more respect for the pass.
Yes, sir.
And Estrada bobbles a snap. He'll hand it off to Bright. And that little
pause,
that little pause allowed the defense to get back there.
Well, and then Roland Bright he had a little pause juke himself where allowed him to still pick up a couple yards on that play, or one. He should have been down in the backfield, impressed that he got back to the line of scrimmage and across it. And 4 wide receivers this time for Estrada.
2nd down and 9. Estrada rolls to his right, looking to throw, throws it out there.
Oh,
and that one was almost intercepted.
I saw something happen out there. Big number 71 for Lockhart. That is Sal Hinojosa, junior offensive lineman. Man, he chunked this guy about 6 yards. So Estrada off the mark on that one. He's really been unable to find the mark on the pass so far. But I do get the feeling that it's coming. He just needs a little bit of time and the ability to settle in there and perhaps set his feet. It's going to be tough for someone who's a new quarterback to come in and throw, but not just throw, but to throw on the run.
Right.
They're going to need to protect him. But I tell you what, the aggressiveness of this A&M Consolidated defense, I mean, look at it, folks. It's right there for you to see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men on the line.
Estrada looking
they sent
back,
almost all of
throw.
them.
That was going to be intercepted as he was looking to go for Anthony.
And that ball was thrown not in a bad spot, but Anthony got turned inside and just unable to get back around the outside to make a play on that one. And that's where Consolidated will take over on the 6-yard line. So Lockhart offense able to move the chains of that time. Quite a few first downs there.
And unfortunately ends with an interception as Tigers will have their worst starting field position.
They did look good moving the ball.
They did.
They did.
And that was Simon Starks with the interception.
Something to build on.
That's right. It's a positive to build on.
Well, I have a quick shout out at the end of the play. It's going to be handoff to the running back over on the left side. Great job. And I'll tell you what, great job on the tackle by Aiden Scott.
That's a touchdown saving tackle, most likely.
Tackle. He's still running towards the end zone.
And he did it with one arm.
Give a shout out to Jim Hughes. He says, we owe it all to you, Emilio Sars. Thank you tremendously. I got to give a lot of praise to my guys over here on the left side and of course, all our sponsors. And TD, give us a big shout out to Jim Hughes here in a second on where people can go find him and get his services as well. That ball is going to be thrown deep down the middle and just overthrown his receiver. But great coverage out there by number 8, Avery Ibata and Aiden Scott.
And I can say Jim is one of those guys. I think he has watched just about every one of our varsity broadcasts since we started doing it.
Almost like a stalker.
Hey, he's my personal quality control guy. He's always there to
great guy.
Let us know when we forget to unmute our mics for half a quarter. Or
it's almost like, how does he know they're muted?
Because he can't hear us.
Is he in here watching? Is there a camera in here?
And he runs Westwood Wild Game. He's already getting busy out there as hunters take to the woods. If you get your deer.
Screen.
Yeah.
Ooh,
screen
nice
pass,
setup.
got blockers in front of him, moving on down the field.
First down.
Spinning around, breaking the arm tackle of number 25, Landon Mendez, but finally being brought down. That's going to conclude the first quarter.
That was a great play call and great execution of that screen.
We are going to take a quick timeout. It looks like there's a holding on the offense, but that will not
extend the quarter.
So we're going to go and take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll have your Adrian Gutierrez photography second quarter right here on the Lions Pride Sports. Oh, hold on. They haven't switched sides as of yet.
Yeah,
I tell you, on that last play, Julian Benavides, he actually read that, but his lineman got a pretty good push on him. So,
that is going to do it for the first quarter. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back.
If you're looking to capture that special moment, let Adrian Gutierrez Photography capture that special moment for you. Whether it's a wedding, birthday, family photo, or any special occasion, Adrian Gutierrez Photography is the right one to turn that special moment into a memory that will last a lifetime. Adrian Gutierrez proudly supports Lockhart Lion Athletics and can be seen at many events in Lockhart, as well as at Lockhart Lions sporting events, offering his time to create special moments for the Lockhart community. You can contact Adrian Gutierrez Photography at 512-227-6794. Email adriangutierrezphotography@gmail.com or his website adriangutierrezphotography.com.
Yeah, here we got our boys cross-country team. Of course, a big shout-out to Ethan Herrera, who competed in the state championship last Friday. And I believe he came in 14th place.
And Lockhart finishing 7th at regionals out of 72 high schools. And Ethan Herrera qualified for state as an individual. Don't know if you folks are able to hear Rob Ortiz at home.
Hold up, Mr. Official.
There you go, 27th.
I'd get the first half mile done in that time. Well, they're playing with the cross-country team still on the field.
It'll be an inside handoff, and
I hope
and Coach Hippenstill's not moving. He's like, no, you get on her.
Coach Hippenstill's the man. He goes, y'all ain't playing until we say we're done.
That's what I said earlier to Coach. I was like, Coach Hippenstill, you know, his cross-country program is just awesome. I mean,
I'm just glad Lockhart didn't get a penalty for 26 men on the field.
So here we go, 3rd down and 15 for the Tigers.
Longest 3rd down for them of the evening.
Quarterback drops back, looking to throw. Got pressure coming from the outside, and he's going to be brought down. And a penalty flag.
Face mask.
Coming in at the end.
And Benavidez, he knows it. He's punishing himself more than anyone ever will.
But I tell you what, he's been getting back there. I love the way, so far watching this game, I love the way he uses his hands. Swat and swim and getting the guy off him, he's looking good.
And Julian Benavidez is only a junior, so we'll get one more year of Benavidez up front for the Lions.
And to tell you what, TD, he's lost weight from last year, and they made him quicker.
But now we need to put it back on and make him stronger.
I told him, you need to be in powerlifting starting Monday.
And beautiful moon rising over the old press box at Gary Bunch Field here in Lockhart.
So what would have been 4th and long, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
And then it will be an automatic first down.
Yep.
And so Lockhart defense shows up, pushes them back, holds them, and then just like that, penalty gives it all back and then some. That's a heartbreaker for the Lockhart defense.
So 1st and 10 for I want to say the Aggies, the Tigers. A quick throw out here to the outside, and that's going to be incomplete. Great coverage out there by Miguel Portillo.
Great push, too, by the D-line.
Right.
And that's going to be it. If they can get some pressure on the quarterback, we've seen already, it can affect his ability to throw it. And especially if Lockhart's able to get it done with just 3 or 4 up front. Lockhart has shifted into their 4-down lineman defense here.
Yeah, Benavidez has switched from outside on the line towards right there on the, like almost in the nose tackle position, where there's Seaver, Martinez, and Benavidez on the front line now. And a carry around the right side, and of course Benavidez coming up with a big tackle.
Yep.
God, he's just everywhere right now.
Extremely quick down the line of scrimmage.
I mean, tell you, he's moving because he was on the inside on that play, ended up making the play on the outside.
Here we go, another 3rd and long.
Another big 3rd down for the Lions.
Great job by the Lockhart Lions defense. 3rd down coming up, 2 receivers to the near side. Quarterback dropping back, looks over to the right side, throws over the middle, got the receiver. Catch is going to be made for a 1st down for the Tigers.
And good job by both those Lions teaming up for the tackle, Dylan White and Aiden Scott. And so I see right away that Coach Maldonado is kind of taking a little bit of, taking a little page out of College Station's book. He's bringing extra pressure, trying to get some pressure on the QB. He's got Parker Connor in there at defensive end. He's running 4-down linemen, but he's also bringing Landon Mendez up the middle, trying to disrupt the ability to pass.
Almost getting Benavidez ready to get into the action. They'll hand it off to the running back coming around the near side. And coming up with a hit. Oh, and a big hit by Brandon Martinez. What are you doing downfield, young man?
Well, the initial hit was from Bob Estrada. Bob Estrada playing his safety position. Two-way player now, Estrada. Quarterback and safety.
Way to pursue. That's a good way to pursue the ball.
Good pursuit, but unfortunately they tackle him downfield after they've picked up a first down, and they've got the ball into the Lions side of the field. We've got 9 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in the Adrian Gutierrez Photography second quarter.
Inside handoff once again. Nice nifty moves.
Too much.
And Portillo trying to strip the ball from the running back as looks like Dylan White or Avery Abada comes up with a tackle.
Portillo was ripping at that thing.
He was trying to rip that off like a Band-Aid on a wound.
And once again, it is senior night here from the Lions.
It looks like there's going to be an official timeout. Didn't say if it was on. It's just going to be an official timeout.
Trying to get the chain straight.
And second down and 1. Ball is going to be on the 38-yard line.
Yeah, 3 receivers up top. The quarterback dropping back, rolls to his right, deep. Got room to run. Great pressure coming in from the outside. Nice throw and catch.
Good catch.
Well, good job on the scramble drill by the receiver number 15, Braylon Dickinson, sophomore for Consolidated. As his quarterback started to kind of scramble a little bit, he just finds an open spot and sits down in it. And the quarterback's able to hit him for a big pickup and a first down. They're inside the red zone. If you're just joining us, it started quick with a Consolidated kickoff return for a touchdown. And they haven't taken their foot off the gas since.
They have not. Inside handoff. It'll be good for about 5 yards. It'll make it 2nd and 5. A nice drive by A&M. But I tell you what, that drive was aided over here on the south side of the field on a face mask, which would have made it 4th and long.
Landon Mendez on that tackle.
And that's a senior.
Oh, it looks like they moved the ball back a little bit. 2nd down and 6. Throws right over the middle, just overthrew his intended receiver. And good thing he did because Aiden Scott was dialed in on a huge hit. And good thing he pulled off of that as a receiver missed the football.
And another 3rd down. So Lockhart has been able to get Consolidated in a few of these 3rd and longs, but Consolidated's done a good job of converting them. You talk about the size of the team, just take a look at that offensive line from left to right. They got some big boys in there.
Man in motion. Quarterback gets the snap. Dropping back, looking for the screen. And that's going to be blown up.
Number 81 caught it.
Titus Ramirez was coming hot off the edge, so even though they were setting up the screen, just didn't really have time for it to develop.
Yeah, Benavides and Martinez had something to do with that one as Benavides comes up from the bottom of the pile.
They did a good job sniffing that one out, and that's exactly what you want on a screen. Your interior lineman drop and flow with the lineman, and your linebacker gives chase, forces a throw, and they're able to wrap them up. Now we got a 4th down. They're going to go for a field goal here. It'll be a 33-yarder.
33 yards away to extend the lead. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. And that is no good.
Wow.
And so first big positive for the Lockhart defense of the night. They turn them away inside the red zone. And Lockhart will take over on the 17-yard line.
And we're going to keep it right here. Continue on with my shout-outs and big thanks to those out there. Jeffrey Michelson and Kevin Mills of Lion Country Broadcast Network, which what Lockhart Lion Sports on KMAX Sports turned into as Lion Country. Want to give them a big shout out. Brought in Scott Smith and had a great run with them until I left, and then we started off on Lion Country Lions Pride Sports broadcast. But I do want to give them a big shout out because for about 4 or 5 years they were the ones that were turning the wheels on this thing. So. And, of course, the many guests that we've had come through the booth, Ross Alexander, one of them, Robert Quare is here with us tonight. And, of course, Lockhart Lion legends, Darrell Thomas, Howard Thompson, and Jeb Owen Jeb Owen, who joined us for the 1971 Lockhart Line football party. We had at Diesel Dogs to celebrate the 1971 district champions Lockhart Lions. Estrada gets the snap, draws back, looking to throw. Got Anthony in. That one's going to be picked off. Going all the way back and just
Estrada
shy of
with
the
a big
end zone.
hit.
Estrada with a huge hit.
Did he fumble it?
Well, if he
Knocked
did,
him
if
out
he
for
fumbled
one.
it out of bounds
Yeah.
anyway. But, yeah, it looked like Estrada did force a fumble on that play at the end. So that time Estrada did have time. He was able to set his feet, and the ball wasn't horribly off as we'll take a look at the replay. Just a great defensive play to go up and high point that ball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I mean, that was a good throw. Good throw. Just a great defensive effort by Jackson
I don't know.
Solomon.
It almost looked like he lost the football, but as you mentioned, TD, either way, it'll be Tiger football.
Unless he lost it over the goal line and out of bounds, that would give it to Lockhart.
And here we go. Tigers knocking on the door of 6.
And once again, they bring in Mullenberg, the running quarterback. I mean, that's what I'm going to go with now because that's what we've seen. He scored twice now on a keeper.
And they'll go ahead and shift things over.
And they're going to go tush push.
And they'll push forward into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown.
Touchdown, Tigers.
And we are at 7 minutes and 20 seconds, and we are in the Adrian Gutierrez second quarter here at Lockhart Lions Field.
Have y'all gentlemen seen what Minnesota Vikings did to counter that tush push?
I did not.
No, I did not.
They had a lineman would lay down right in front of the center.
And
then everybody else went behind him. So it was like, they stopped the tush push a couple of times.
And was that against the Eagles?
That was against the Eagles.
They got to do something to stop Jalen Hurts. And that guy squats 700-something pounds. It's tough to stop him in the tush push from getting a yard.
Just ask Robert what Coach Page used to make you do with make those one techniques. They used to bear crawl.
Yep. Bear crawls for days.
Bear crawl so much you start growling.
Yeah, that was pregame.
They had to reset the clock as the clock was continuing to run. It's 7:15 left to go in the Adrian Gutierrez Photography second quarter. As the Tigers will be going for the extra point try to try and make it 28-0. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good.
They're going to block an extra point or a field goal tonight at some point. They're getting too close.
Yeah, well, they'll take a timeout. Let's take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with more action right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Kent Riddle Properties is the main sponsor of the Lions Pride Sports broadcast for the 2022 to 2023 season and has been a big supporter of Lockhart Lion Sports for over 40 years. Lockhart Lion fans all over the world have been able to follow the games on the Kent Riddle Properties scoreboard, as well as being the main sponsor of the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Kent is also the QA guy for every broadcast. Kent Riddle has been in the real estate business for over 35 years. If you are looking to buy, sale, or lease a property in the area, you can contact Kent Riddle at 512-359-0036.
And we are back as we'll give some score updates at the end of this kickoff return. But here at Lions Stadium, with 7:15 left to go here in the second quarter, it is A&M Consolidated 28, Lockhart Lions 0.
Sarge, you said it wrong. We will get some scores update at the end of this kickoff return for a touchdown by freshman DeMonte Anthony.
I lost my breath. I couldn't get it all out at one time.
Well, he can do it. Tell you what, if he gets a chance in the lane, he's definitely got the speed to do it. He's only gotten one so far this year, and that was on a pitch last week from Aiden Scott. You got to think maybe that's an option here, too, if they do kick it to Scott. They've switched them sides, so we'll see if it results in anything. You got like 4 kickers out there.
And looks like that's going to be fielded by Connor, and he's not giving it up to Anthony, and he's going to run over a Tiger, and he'll be brought down at the 30.
He did that just for fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Anthony was back there. Give it to me, give it to me.
I don't hear nothing.
Connor said, no, I got to go run over this guy.
Well, here we go with some score updates around the area. Pflugerville-Hendrickson 14, Bastrop Cedar Creek 0. That's in the first quarter. Kyle Lehman-Lobos, as Coach was mentioning as we were going to the timeout, 7-6 over Buda Hayes, the battle of Hayes High Schools. And, of course, let's see, the other one that was last night, Pflugerville defeated Anderson. The Weiss Wolves defeated Anderson 28-7 and scored games around the area. Luling against Randolph Rohawks. Winner goes to the playoffs. Universal City is up 28-0. And, of course, the big game.
Sorry.
Yeah, the big game in the area, Bastrop Bears and Liberty Hill Panthers, 7-7 at the beginning of the second quarter.
Why can't we draw a district like Luling where you can win one game and make the playoffs?
Whoa. That one's going to be tipped and incomplete. Good thing nobody was in the areas. That was a free ball.
That one was intended for Killian Lyles, and he went way up in the air, and he came down hard.
I like that formation, Tom. It looks like they could run your zone read option with that, especially with their linebackers coming off the edge real quick.
Yeah.
I mean.
And, of course, another big game in the area. Well, actually in New Braunfels, San Marcos again taking on the Canyon Cougars of New Braunfels, and San Marcos up 7-0 late in the first quarter.
Oh, district
when they make the playoffs, that's for second and third place.
My apologies for laughing in the announcement of the Luling score. It's so crazy that game is for a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, deep pass thrown by Estrada. And it looks like there was a little miscommunication on the route.
Anthony says, who you throwing to, bro? There was nobody back there.
Brings up a third down.
And Anthony had ran the stop route and looked like Estrada was looking for him to run the double move. Closest man to it was a Tiger.
Juan Ramirez says, Coach Page bear crawls around the practice field. Who remembers those?
That was just in junior high.
Yep.
It's Anthony on the in around. Oh, face mask. A little incidental face mask, doesn't get a flag.
He had a crease, too. It just closed quick.
I like that, that they go to punt here, right? And I sense a little gamesmanship from the sideline there is yelling punt over and over again as loud as you can, right? So that what's the other team hearing? Punt, punt, punt,
right.
Punt. Well, we know dang well 4th and 5 from anywhere on the field, Estrada's liable to take off with it. And I don't know this, but I wonder if Maldonado's just kind of giving him the choice,
Yeah, I think he's got the green light.
And he'll make the choice to punt it away. Gets a nice punt. That one's going to be fielded at the 35-yard line by the Tigers. That'll be brought upfield. Cross it midfield out to the 47-yard line. We're going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Landon Mendez again on the tackle.
Also, number 88 as well.
Who is not on
the roster.
The mystery man strikes again. The big boy. I don't know who he is, but he got some size. That's I was told earlier in the season his first name's Eddie. I'll go back and look. I'll definitely find it.
I like how Anthony wears number 80 as a receiver. You don't see that too
proper
often
receiver number.
Jerry Rice.
Right.
Yeah. Quarterback dropping back for the Tigers, throws it out to the flat, and that's going to be caught. And great job by Dylan White.
White was all over him. And good coverage by the rest of the Lions downfield. Avery Barra sticking with his man. Also in there for the Lions on this side is senior Angel Davila. So kind of interesting with Bob Estrada playing quarterback for the Lions. Avery Bada is going to drop back and play some safety, give Estrada some time on the sideline, and that brings Angel Davila into the game to fill in for Ibarra.
Yeah, inside handoff of the Tigers, and the Lockhart Lions front line is there.
Not much there.
That's going to be led once again by Mendez.
And Aiden Scott also getting in there, as always. And another 3rd down for the Lions, and a big opportunity here. They stopped them in the last series.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4.
I like this. Not a soul on the bench on the Lockhart sideline. They're all on the sideline.
Offsides.
Yep. Free play.
Free play for the Tigers, throwing the ball deep down the far sideline, and that one's going to be picked off. Looks like Aiden Scott, and he's just going to run it out of bounds as he knows it's coming back. And that's going to be offsides on the Lions.
Is that good enough for the automatic first down, or do you think there's...
It's going to be right there.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
it's
right
third
there.
and 4, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he took a little hop step on
Yeah.
5. 1, 2, 3,
First
4, 5,
down.
6.
Yeah.
And so the penalty, that's the second time the penalty has allowed the Tigers drive to stay alive.
Here we go again.
Well, that'll move them back.
That's that false start, though?
Yeah, that's going to be a false start on the offense. Number 55 will get called for that one.
So can we go back to third down and 5?
That's right. It ought to work both ways, right? It ought to work both ways. And that'd be an interesting rules concept, really.
Yeah.
Repeated offsides by both teams reverts the down. I like it, especially when we're in the benefit of it.
So it'll make it first down and 15 for the Tigers.
And thank you, everybody, once again for tuning in. This is the final show of varsity football for Emilio de Sarge Juarez. We're on Studio 301 tonight.
Quick throw to the outside, and that's going to be incomplete. Great pressure coming from the far side by Connor.
Yes, sir.
A good play fake there by the quarterback. My eyes were following the running back.
That was Parker Connor and Portillo applying the pressure from the far side. And you could tell the quarterback wasn't expecting them there, because as soon as those two men came around the side, those two Lions, that quarterback just went ahead and got rid of the football. Wise choice. Incomplete, second down and 15. Man in motion as he sets up in the tight end position. Hand off to the running back, roll around towards the right side, and Portillo making initial contact.
Way to stretch it.
Yeah, and once again, Portillo not able to bring him down, but does enough to slow him down and allow the other defenders to get there and minimize the gain. And once again, we'll have another third and long and another opportunity for the Lions. Got to play clean on this play. Can't afford to have another flag that keeps the drive alive.
No stupid penalties.
See Sal Hinojosa checking into the ball game.
Up by 28. It would not surprise me if they look to go deep here.
And third and 13, dropping back, looking deep down the far sideline, and that one's going to be incomplete.
Well, Dylan White wanted that one. He said, oh, my gosh. But that was way over the head of White. And so that'll bring out fourth down, and we'll see the punting unit for the first time tonight from A&M Consolidated. That's now 2 drives in a row that the Lions defense turns them away. And Lockhart will not put anyone back deep to receive. Oh, there Aiden Scott starts to drop back now.
And the punter for the Tigers standing back at his own 47-yard line.
Lockhart staying in their base defense smartly. Oh,
almost very high. Great job by the punter to bring it down as he gets that one away. That's going to take a bounce at the 13, then bounces at the 16 before it bounces back to the 14 where the Tigers will down it.
Pretty decent punt considering he had to field it, 3 feet above his head.
Defense did a good job. They've been doing good last 2 series.
Well, and offense has moved the ball as well. Last couple series, Lockhart has been able to pick up a few first downs. But at some point, we're going to have to get something established in the passing game, because if all we can do is run the ball, they're going to stack it up and sell out against it. But I do believe that given more time, Estrada, he's going to start to find some receivers eventually.
Just seeing that I got a message from Coach Herman earlier. It says, have a great final call. Thank you for all you do for Lockhart.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach Herman.
Yes.
Keep one at 234.
And once again, 8 men in the box at the line. They're bringing all of them.
Fumble.
And it looks like Lockhart falls on top of it.
No, they got it.
Tigers fall on top of it, and they'll get the football back.
Didn't need that. Did not need that.
And Lockhart's been one of the best players for Consolidated tonight. That's like 4 times that a mistake by the Lockhart Lions has giving fresh life to Consolidated, and they're 4 touchdowns ahead. And that'll put them, they'll be almost first and goal, 1st and 10 from just outside the 10. Ball on the 11-yard line.
3:34 left to go here in the Adrian Gutierrez second quarter.
At halftime, we will have the Quantum Towing halftime show. It'll be the last performance of the year from our Roaring Lion Band. They went to area a couple weeks ago where they competed, and they got 11th place, 1 place out of moving on to the state competition. But that 11th place finish was the best that Lockhart has ever gotten in an area competition. That's as far as they've ever gone, and I think there's a lot of bright things in the future for the Lockhart Lion Band, as they have a ton of freshmen and sophomores in the band.
And I think the Lion Band's the only one going to be performing tonight. I don't think the Tiger Band showed up.
We may see their drill team, because they did bring their, I don't know if they're Tigerettes or what they are, but they brought them.
And I'd like to wish good luck to Coach Memo Juarez and his Pee Wee team that won 36-0 the first playoff game. And they'll play again Saturday. And congratulations to Dylan Vest in a great season. Unfortunately, they lost their first playoff game. And also the senior team that lost their playoff game, coached by Coach Amado Galvez.
Now, how many more games for Memo's team before the Super Bowl?
I know it's not more than 3.
So this will be like round 2 for them.
Yes, because they got to bye the first week.
And good job by Lockhart's number 76, Mystery Man, making a tackle. I'm going to double check that number.
Yeah, Mr. Mystery Man.
Yeah.
So they'll give it to Landon Mendez. He was there in the
Give
box
it to the
well
closest
also.
man,
yeah. So 2nd and 10 for the Tigers at their 12-yard line in Lion territory. Or check that 11-yard line. Hard to tell which quarterback is in it. They've used 3 quarterbacks so far for the Tigers.
And that's
it'll be a jet sweep coming around the near side. Nice pressure from the
tackle.
outside, but great move by the receiver.
Ooh, I think he scores.
To get the edge, and they are going to give him the touchdown.
I thought he had the edge right there.
And he just kept fighting for it until he got it. That is number 0. He's the first man on the roster, Simon Starks.
Is he the one that ran the kickoff return?
He is, yeah. He's the one that ran the kickoff return for a touchdown to start off the game. So that'll be his 2nd touchdown of the night. And
take a look at that. Is a jet sweep.
Radley King to kicks the extra point. Let's see if Lockhart can get a hand on this one. Watch for Scott coming off the near side. Nope, not this time.
Yeah. That's going to be right through the uprights, and 2-point extra point is good. And with 2:41 left to go here in the first half, A&M Consolidated 35, Lockhart Lions 0. We'll take a quick time. We'll be right back with more action right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
If you've been part of Lockhart ISD, you probably know the name Connie Amaya. After 46 years serving our schools, she's still giving back literally. Each year, she and her foundation give away free backpacks to Central Texas students. It's all about breaking down the barriers and telling kids, we've got your backpack. If you would like to help keep it going, you can visit conniesamaya.org and make a donation. Every bit helps.
He's going to go to tailback.
And we are back from the timeout. Of course, we'll wait a few minutes while A&M.
Good discipline on that Lockhart front line there. Got to be ready each time when they do it.
And this one's going to be a pooch kick. Oh, and taking a big hit. But fielding it, and great job holding on to the football.
Well, and Ibarra knew that hit was coming. He saw him, and he said, okay, just let me hold on to this ball. And he did. He wrapped 2 arms around it. He steadied himself for the hit, and he took it like a man and popped right up. You could tell he knew it was coming. At least it wasn't blind, you know.
Yeah.
That hit's a lot different if you don't see it coming.
Yes, it is.
All right, it'll be Bob Estrada back on. This time he'll have both running backs with him, Zeke Navarro and Caden Roland Bright. Receivers are going to be Anthony and Killian Lyles, both split out wide.
Estrada calling for the man in motion, the Cowboy kick returner, and they'll go ahead and go towards the left side as Estrada's going to follow everybody.
Yeah. Talk about quarterback power. I mean, you bring every skill player across the side of the formation and follow them.
What did they call that back then, Coach? Student body?
Student body left.
Student body left, student body right.
I wouldn't doubt that's what the play call is.
And that's number 68, the sophomore Logan Price coming in to the game, offensive lineman. There are 3 Prices on this team, 2 sophomores. You got Keaton and Logan, and then you've got Talon, the junior.
And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, but we'll go in and keep it right here. And continue on with my shout-outs that I have. Of course, can't forget my diabetic brother, Scott Smith.
Love it.
Yeah.
And Scott Smith joined us for 2 games this year.
And I tell you what, you know, we tore up a lot of roads on the way to the away games, and of course in his little green Mustang. Had a lot of fun time. Great conversation on the road. Of course, Coach and I have chewed up a lot of miles as well, and the conversations to and from the game have been very therapeutic and very fun to enjoy. So big shout out to Mr. Scott Smith. And not only that, but the countless number of Lockhart Lion athletes that I have been blessed to see play throughout my time here in the broadcast booth. And we'll give some more here in the second half. It is 2nd down and 3 for the Lions. A long 3 as Estrada gets the snap.
Ooh, yeah.
Runs right up the middle, and he'll pick up the first down as he makes a little spin to pick up about 3 more yards. And he'll get it out to the 48-yard line.
I love Estrada's pre-snap motion back there. It's like it makes me think of like drunken boxing and MMA, the way he's got this sway going back and forth. It really kind of makes it hard to predict when he's going to hit that clap. And you'll see he starts moving those elbows.
We'll show that replay here in a little bit. Inside handoff to Bright, and Bright will get it across midfield.
Nice run.
Out to the 46. Take a look at that last play as Estrada.
Bob.
Yeah, Mr. Bob Estrada. Nothing fancy about that, just taking a snap and running straight up the middle.
Well, we've seen that they've got speed side to side, and right there, 2 plays in a row, we go right up the middle. That takes those fast guys out on the edge out of it. Look how many men they have on the line.
2nd and 4 coming up. And they'll run it out to the outside, and they'll chase Estrada down, and that's not an easy thing to do, as Estrada is one fast character.
At this point, it's a numbers game. If Lockhart can't complete some kind of short to medium range pass, it could be a long night for the offense, as they are just selling out against the run right now.
Maybe even a screen with as much pressure as they're bringing.
Shovel pass, I mean, just something. You got to have something to get the ball moving and out.
Yes.
And we saw they've tried to come to the jet sweep with Anthony one time. Had a little bit of success in it, but they did such a good job running laterally. Only 46 seconds left to go here. Lockhart will still have 2 timeouts after this one they've just called. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah. Of course, want to give a big shout out to Game Day Sports Bar, showcasing our game tonight on their big screen. So I want to give them a huge thanks, as Lockhart Lion fans are sitting and watching the football game tonight.
If you just joined us tonight the honorary captain for the Lockhart Lions was our very own Emilio de Sarge Juarez. Emilio's been at this a long time, and this is the maiden voyage for the Sarge.
And you know what? I had a chance to stand there and just look back up here at the press box and was able to soak it in. And, you know, it's like, the last time I stepped inside the cage to compete, knowing that was going to be my last time, I had a brief moment just to sit and look around from inside and said, man, I can't believe that I enjoyed doing what I'm doing. And it's going to be missed, but I tell you what, this crew is going to be in some great hands with y'all guys as I exit. As Estrada runs over towards the left side, and nothing doing there is he'll be dropped.
One guy made the tackle.
For about a half a yard loss. It's going to bring up 4th down to 9. And another timeout is going to be called.
Yeah, they'll be
this
going
time
for it
by,
here.
I think A&M called the timeout on this one. As they're going to be looking to have the ball once again.
So they do call for punt. We'll see if that means punt.
Yeah.
I thought he had that opening, but, man, that number 9 closed it quick.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to talk about one of my all-time favorite moments. Not all-time. Want to give everybody an opportunity to, what's your all-time moment as a Lockhart Lion player or Lockhart Lion fan, or even from coach as a Lockhart Lion coach? TD? Well, I'll give you a second to think about it.
Oh, man, I know you. Put me on spot. Let me analyze 6 years and 12 seconds here.
Well, even as your time as a football player.
I mean, honestly, well, I'll just stick with the broadcast. I mean, we talked about it earlier already, and it was that Bastrop game. Just the refresh of that rivalry, the fact that Lockhart won it. And, it's not just 2 high schools. Most of my family lives in Bastrop now. So that was huge, for me, bragging rights through Thanksgiving. It was just great to get that rivalry back and to win it in the way we did. It's one of those where they're up big, and then we just crushed them.
And a nice little punt return and a big hit, by Zeke Navarro to stop that in his tracks. And Cuellar?
As a player, it would have to be also against Bastrop. This was my senior year. I was actually hurt that game, but we played down there. It was their homecoming. And Bastrop went up on us 14-0. They had a good squad, a real solid squad with talent everywhere. And we ended up coming back winning 20-19. Eric Rangel had the game-winning touchdown, and he had the game-winning interception
in the end zone.
In the end zone to seal the game. So that was man. I think Coach Elliott, who's only like 5'6", when he jumps, he almost kicked me in the head.
Go son.
That's how exciting it was. So.
And that's the game that they I think they rocked the was the student buses on the way out?
They might have. It was Bastrop and Lockhart, so
one of the times. It's going to be a quarterback keeper as he'll run it out of bounds. And Coach, you've seen a lot of Lockhart Lion football throughout the years.
I would just stick with the broadcast. The broadcast has to be the Kerrville game. Having Aston run back to kickoff to win the game.
Yeah, that was something
and
else.
Also the Bastrop beating them there. That was a big win. I remember giving a kudos and a shout out to Coach Hitter that just hated Bastrop.
Yes, he did.
And dropping back, 2nd down and short. They'll throw it out. It's going to be in and out of the hands of the receiver, a short-handed receiver, and just drops it. He turned upfield without having the football in his hands. And I posted this one earlier as well, also, I believe yesterday. But my all-time moment was, walking across the field just across the street from Pecan Street, or Peach Street, excuse me, where my mom and my dad live right now. We used to live there years ago, but my mom walking us to the old football stadium and going out there to cut the vines off the side of the field just to watch the game from outside because she didn't have enough money to buy a ticket. That's my all-time moment. My mom taught me how to become a Lockhart Lion fan, and who would have known from cutting down the vines to watch a football game to be sitting up here in a broadcast booth with y'all gentlemen in the AC. I didn't have to cut down no vines. And
I built a rock?
And I didn't have to pay for no ticket to come and watch this game. So, but as I was walking off the field, I took the time to go give my mom a big hug. And that was one of the things I told her, thank you for cutting the vines.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So, and it looks like there's 3 seconds left to go in this first half. That seems like it doesn't want to end, which is I'm totally all right with that. But
can I say the quick story that when you signed up to play Palm Corner football?
Yes.
And your mom took you to practice, and she said, well, you got one that wants to quit already. I said, who? We said, my son. He doesn't want to get out of the car. So I had to go over there and convince you, beg you, and pretty much twist your arm to get out of the car and come join us in practice. And after a few days, you really start to like it, and you just like me, just fell in love with football.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I got a real good one. It's a line that I've heard Sarge use and tell the story a few times. And the line it simply goes like this. Next thing you know, I woke up and I was in line to sign up for Little League. That was the end of my football career.
I remember playing in that old Lockhart Lion field and Coach calling a 28 sweep, and that was to me.
Next thing you know, you were in the outfield.
I went around the outside, and we were playing against Westlake, and all I saw was white uniforms. And when I woke up, I was standing in line at Little League registering for baseball. And like I always say, Coach turned me into the baseball player I turned out to be. And great job by number 71.
In a host. Saw in a host.
Yeah. Just getting moved up to varsity from the JV squad, coming up with a big sack.
I will say I'm impressed that neither one of you or the coach brought up when y'all were at the inaugural football game between Rutgers and Princeton back in 1869. I thought that would have been on one of y'all's list. That was the first football game ever played by the way.
Lockhart had their first game back in 1914, and a fun stat that I really enjoyed. Well, I don't enjoy it, but Lockhart has only gone 2 seasons without a win. Since 1914.
I had to be around for one of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, us as well.
Well, it's halftime here at Lions Stadium, and we are trailing 35-0. We'll have the Quantum Towing halftime show here in just a moment. We'll take a short break, and then we'll be right back with the Quantum Towing halftime show. And it looks like, we will have.
Well, it looks like they did show up a little bit. So
they brought some band.
We'll take a quick time out, and we'll be right back with more action right here in the Quantum Towing halftime show.
If you find yourself on the side of the road or in an accident, call Quantum Towing and Recovery at 512-295-8697. Quantum Towing has been a family-owned business since 2000. We offer 24-hour towing and recovery service for your vehicle, with 4 locations to serve you in Kyle, San Marcos, Luling, and Lockhart. Quantum Towing is only a phone call away.
And we are back for the Quantum Towing halftime show. And we do have a special guest in the booth with us. Let me go and turn on our booth camera. As you can see right here in the top right corner. We got one, Mr. Renee Riles, a school board member, joining us here at halftime. And I want to thank you for coming up and spending some time with us here during the Quantum Towing halftime show.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Oh, always. And, of course, you've always been a big fan of the Lions Pride Sports broadcast, and we've talked on several occasions. So, wanted to bring you up here. My last time here in the broadcast booth, you can see the setup we had out here. Mark Estrada really did it big for me here tonight. And I would tell him, I always joke with him every time I interview him and said, hey, can I have a sushi bar put up here? And he kept saying no. And I showed up, I saw the tablecloth, the setup, and then he walks in and he goes, we got something for you. You've always asked for it, and it's time that you got it. And he brought all this sushi over. I'm fixing to get to that here in a little bit as soon as the Roaring Lion Band comes out here. And, of course, a big thanks to Kent Riddle. He brought us some Terry Black's barbecue that's sitting out there on the outside. So if there's still some left over, you're more than welcome to get yourself a plate out there.
I appreciate it. And you know what? Great job. And I remember the first time y'all interviewed me back in 2020 was outside in the bleachers.
Oh, yeah. It was at
Medina Valley.
Yeah, Medina Valley. There you go.
Sir. Yes, sir. So y'all have come a long way from outside to.
Yeah.
Finally let us in.
Right.
Yeah. And we were talking at the pregame show, and it's like that song started from the bottom, now we're here. We started over there, and now we're here.
That's right. That's right.
But, you know, starting out there on the outside, you know, I really thank Mr. Estrada for giving us that opportunity. Of course, we had 2 broadcasts at the time, but with COVID going around, he felt that maybe having 2 broadcasts would help expand the wide area, the viewing area for Lockhart. And, of course, the following year, Lions Pride Sports Broadcast will move from over there to the broadcast booth where we have been for the past 5 seasons. So, you know, it's been a journey, but it's been a wonderful journey. And, you know, it's great to have you back in the booth with us. Of course, you mentioned the first time was outside at Medina Valley. But I think either way, even if we were in the booth here, we still have to be outside of Medina Valley, as we've had
That's true.
at a couple of other stadiums that we've been to, like Hayes, Victoria West, which they were pretty rude to us over there. But
and last week.
And last week, yes.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, y'all, one time y'all were across the stadium, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, of course, we were so far into the crowd last week on that 80-yard touchdown pass to Anthony. Just before he caught the ball, people started standing up, and all you got was the back of people's heads, so you couldn't see the catch.
Man.
But then you were able to see Anthony getting into the end zone for the touchdown.
You know, but just for the way y'all were, you know, announcing that game, the touchdown, it was just like, man, you were there. It's like we were like close, neck and neck. It's like it was awesome. You know, it's just like So y'all do a great job. You know.
Thank you.
Every week.
And Renee, one thing I need to point out about Sarge and the Lion Pride Sports Broadcast, he's laid out the blueprint for other schools to start doing the same thing. And I know Davenport is one of them. I know Bastrop is one of them that came to Sarge. Hey, what do you do? How do you do this? And Sarge, of course, he helped as much as he could. And now they're up and going and having very good success. So that goes out to Sarge for thank you.
Not only for other schools, but for our students who want to go into broadcasting when they go older, you know, in college and beyond that.
Yeah, of course, Luling Eagles Sports Broadcast. My first year, I wasn't allowed to do varsity sports, but I was able to do freshman and JV football, and then all the other varsity sports that Lion Country wasn't broadcasting. I was allowed to do those games. So on Friday nights, I was going to Luling, and I started out there midway through the season with Eric Lugo, Brad Wright. We started doing Friday night football. We're Luling, and it just took off, and those guys have done a fantastic job. They're going at it for 6 years now.
Bunch of good guys over there.
For Luling Eagle Sports Broadcast, and of course, you know, they're playing in a game tonight to where the winner is going to the playoffs, and right now it's not looking too good for them. They're down 31-0 towards the end of the second quarter, so it looks like University City Randolph is going to be moving on to the playoffs as a number 4 spot. But all throughout the broadcast, Renee, I've been bringing up most memorable moments. I don't know if you've seen what I posted on Facebook.
I did, yes,
you know,
sir.
some of the most memorable moments. What is your most memorable moment as a Lockhart Lion fan here in Lockhart?
Here in the broadcast?
Yeah, in the broadcast or in the stands?
I want to say the San Marcos game when Nick Sanchez was quarterback and
yes,
two-head monster, Stevan Houston and Ellison. You know, they were two good. That was a good team right there. So that was, and then I think the next morning, I think you talked to them 104.9, the radio.
Yes.
Am I right? So.
I was on iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You talked to somebody. I was like, man, Lockhart's being on the map now. He's, you know, for what we did, but you know, we still got the playoffs. Yeah. Thanks to Brian Herman.
Yeah, that was
his staff. But,
that was with Chuck Licata, the Rock and Rev, Randy Fry on the iHeartRadio. That was a fun time right there. It was like being in a studio, like. It was not so good being there early in the morning.
You told the story of what happened that evening, that night before.
Yeah.
And that was great. And that was a good team right there. So
yeah,
that was one of my good memories right there.
Yeah, and that was the fumble gate, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
fumble gate, and you know, it was one of those things where it was kind of funny because Rock and Rev and I were sitting in the broadcast booth along with Danny Davis, who was a sports editor for the American Sports Statesman for high school.
Oh, he was
sports.
in the booth?
Yeah, he was in the booth there at San Marcos, and we were talking. And he was like, okay, so what does it happen with the point spread and this and that? He goes, I was told him what the point spread was. He goes, what if it gets into the point? Because it was like between 0 to 7, Lockhart would make the playoffs. And between 13 and on up, Lockhart would make the playoffs. But if it was between 8 and 12, the point spread, Lockhart would be out of the playoffs.
Right.
So, and he was like, what happens if they do that? I'm like, well, let's not worry about that. Hopefully it doesn't happen. And as soon as they started going back and kneeling the ball down on that last drive, I turned to Rev, and Rev looked at me. He started laughing. I looked at Danny Davis, and Davis just shook his head and like, it's going to happen, isn't it? I said, yep.
I think the game turned around when Ellison fumbled. I don't think
well,
he
they
fumbled.
say he fumbled.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, there's no video of it, but who can prove
it? That's right there when it changed momentum. It's like, oh, man. So
yeah, and, of course, people are all upset and, like, but I talked to Coach Herman, and Herman even basically said that, how can I look my team in the eye and tell them that there was a way I could have gotten you onto the playoffs and didn't do it? Because that's one of the things you do as a head coach. You get this team into the playoffs. And that's one thing that he did. Yeah, the score was already there.
Right.
Lockhart was going to lose. San Marcos was going to win. Point blank, that was it. The only thing was the point differential. And the way he put it to where San Marcos had to score a touchdown. I mean, he could have got a safety and punted the ball away, but that would have given San Marcos an opportunity to, score points and keep Lockhart out of the playoffs.
Right.
And, of course, San Marcos and Lockhart aren't too friendly when it comes.
They're not.
But
you know what? The next week we got to play another home game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing we brought up. Of course, senior night was canceled because of the heavy rains. Of course, we didn't have turf. We had a soggy grass field.
That's right.
So they didn't want nobody stepping on the field. And of course, Lockhart.
LL paint coming off in the middle of the field.
Oh, yeah. And they were able to have a home playoff game, and Lockhart would end up winning.
Yeah, so. that was a good win. That I think it was Highland.
Yeah, Highland Owls, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then we played the following week?
Yeah, we played the following week. It was against
Vista Ridge.
Vista Ridge
San Marcos.
at San Marcos.
Yeah, Bobcat Stadium.
Yeah, Bobcat Stadium.
Yeah. But, our Lockhart team, our Lockhart schools, we give 100% every time. No matter who we play. We're playing a bunch of 6A schools right now. Our kids are giving it 100% day in and day out. And that's all we can ask for from our kids. Give 100%, and that's what we want from our fans to, cheer for them, and support them, to be, for our kids, be there for our kids, because that's the only way we're going to have a good athletic program and a good overall school system is if we support our students.
Yeah.
And that's the only way we're going to do it. We downgrade our kids, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and that's one thing Coach and I were talking. We had one of the coaches come by and we're talking. So, you know what, to me, it's not about what our record is. I don't care if we're going to be trying to go for 10-0 tonight or we're trying to go for 2-8 like we are right now. I don't care what the score is at the end of the game. The way this game is going to be played is one thing that I like for the kids to know, for everybody to know is, it's all about line pride. You look to the man to the right, you look to the man to the left, and that man looks to the man to his left, and when he looks back to his right, he's going to see you. And goes, that's who you need to play for. And that's one of the things I told some of the guys down there before I made my way back up here. And I told them, hey, go out there and just play with line pride. That's all you need to do. Keep that pride. It doesn't matter what the score is out there. These kids are playing, you're giving it their all.
That's right.
They may be down 35-0 here at halftime, but you don't see a team. It doesn't look like a team down there that's down 35-0. It looks like a team that the game is tied and they want to try and take the lead.
I still see them rushing the quarterback and trying to get to him. That's good. They're going 100%. That's all you can ask for. At the end of the day, did you give it your all? Did you give it your all? Did you do your 100%? Did you do your best? That's what you want to ask from your players. So.
And just before the Lockhart Line Roaring Band, we're going to let you go, but want to give you an opportunity to, to say something before, say if you want to give some shout-outs to folks out there.
I just want to give a shout out to you. Thank you for everything that you've done the last, 12, 14, 15 years?
12 seasons.
12 seasons, yes, sir. So thank you for everything. You've put Lockhart voice on the map, along with your staff, Coach Galvez and Tom Dunn. And so thank you for everything,
And I was telling Coach, telling the guys, I look back, I was doing my prep work, and it really didn't start hitting me until I started thinking about, 12 seasons as the voice of Lockhart Lions football. And I started thinking, I said, wait a minute, these seniors that are walking the field for the last time or playing on the field for the last time, when I broadcasted my first game for Lockhart, they were just barely getting into first grade. So wow. I said, man, how time flies.
But the thing, you had a dream, you had a mission to do something for Lockhart ISD.
Yes.
And you did a great job, and it's just unbelievable. You got the support, that's all you can ask for. And when the fans aren't able to watch a game in person, we turn to you. So thank you very much. And, thank you for everything.
All right. Well, thank you for your support.
Yes,
and thank
sir.
you for everything that y'all have done on the school board. And, thank you.
Yes,
thank
sir.
You.
Yes,
all
sir.
right.
Thank you all again. Appreciate
all
it.
Right,
sir.
Riles.
We're going to go and turn off our headsets and turn off the crowd mic as we enjoy the Lockhart Lion Roaring Band right here on Lions at Lions Stadium, right here on the Quantum Towing halftime show.
David Maldonado Cervantes and Edith Zarate.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025-2026 Lockhart High School Roaring Lion Band and Color Guard. The Band and Color Guard would like to thank Superintendent Mark Estrada, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Stephanie Camarillo, LHS Principal Michael Herbin, and RLB and CG Boosters for their endless support. The Boosters would like to thank the following sponsors. At the drum major level, Original Black's Barbecue. At the section leader level, First Lockhart National Bank. Greater Caldwell County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, McCoy's Building and Supply, Bill's Truck and Trailer Repair, Aloha Commercial Services, Mario's Tacos, Kreitz Market, Randolph Brooks Credit Union, and Barb's BQ. The Roaring Lion Band would like to thank Lone Star Rally Cross for providing the drag racing Christmas tree as seen in tonight's production.
That's what I heard too, but they only open on Saturday.
Please give one more round of applause for Lockhart Lion Halftime. The Lockhart High School Roaring Lion Band, our state finalist LHS Color Guard, and the award-winning LHS Lionettes.
But when we go, I gotta have the cornbread. but what we had was actually coaches that was here and stuck around for 10, 12 years. These guys don't have that, and it makes it hard for you. Like I was gonna piggyback on Tom when Tom was saying about buying in. It makes you hard to buy in because you're like, well, hell, are you leaving too? I was like, but we had that. I said, and the coaches we had, they had that. It was a different mentality. Yeah. You know, you had to be physical. You had to love to hit. You know, and play hard. And, or you're not gonna play at all. But it's just we went through 2 days. You know, we played, we practiced in 110-degree heat.
And I don't think the style of coaching is different. Or what you were allowed to do back then, what you're not allowed to do now.
Well, I think what it is coaches are afraid to offend parents by the way you talk to their kids. Back then, it was like shit. I mean,
like what's wrong?
Yeah.
Get on, coach.
Exactly. And now you got, parents are so much involved. You talking to my kid that way, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah. So it's just, like me, I would never say nothing bad about a kid that comes out and plays a little bit. It's because I already know. It's just two different. And I know, as a coach, I know Coach Marmado knows what he has to play with. Yeah. And he can't do nothing about that besides maybe go out and recruit, get more kids coming out to play. Like I saw that kid. So when they had the testimony in the trial, Anderson trial. Yeah. The kid that left, his last name was Franks. Because he had a Lockhart Letterman jacket on. It said Franks in the back. He moved to Amanda. He's a senior this year. They took 6'5", 215. Like he could have won for us. I was like, oh my God. Yes. His last name was Franks. I was like, yeah, because he said, because when they had him on the stand, he was like, yeah, I got to play a little off the bench, like. But yeah, I was like, he did like jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. That's just something that was just instilled in us. So I was like, I gotta go through this. Yeah. It's a good game.
And welcome back to Lockhart Lions Field. We are just about to get underway with the second half. We'll be kicking off the second half with the Adam & Sons Heating and Cooling third quarter. Back deep for Lockhart once again is going to be DeMonte Anthony and number 5, Aiden Scott back there.
I hope they kick it back to him. Give him a shot.
There's been, 5 kickoffs so far. None of them have been fielded by Anthony.
Wishful thinking.
Well, last week we said it. We saw a lateral from Aiden Scott to Anthony.
I was thinking about going into the coach's booth and telling him, hey, let me call one play. But that would be a no-go. And that was going to be
Scott. Looks like they're going to try it.
Reverse. Fake
he
it.
Kept it.
They'll fake it.
Oh, nice juke.
You know, we just hadn't got to see a whole lot of Scott with the ball in his hands because he just started doing special teams, and we've seen him getting in on offense. But he's definitely got some wiggle when he's got the ball in his hands as he returns that one for about 24 yards from 2 yards deep.
He's got that big brace on his arm.
And he's worn that since he came back. Scott missed the first 6 games of the season. And since he's came back, he quickly established himself as one of the leading tacklers, averaging more than 10 tackles a game for the Lions as we see the Lions offense come back on the field. Sarge, we saw some sparks from this Lockhart Lion offense there in the first half. They were able to move the chains.
Oh, yeah, with ease as well. As Estrada is looking to start this one off, he'll take the snap, runs right up the middle. Yeah, that's where they found most of the success in the first half is running up the middle, and here we go with a rugby scrum.
I like them letting them play there, no quick whistle. Let him get the benefit of the push, and he picks up 4.
Yeah. Well, I think as long as the guy running the football is still pumping his feet.
And he's upright and he's moving, yeah.
There he goes, 5 yards, and that'll be second down and 5. And it's been going through around the outside, whether it's the right side or the left side, that the Lockhart has had a hard time trying to get around his defenses. They've been able to stretch sideline to sideline, but that middle has been open for the Lockhart Lions several times tonight, and they've been able to find success on it. Second and 5 for the Lions. Estrada calling for the snap. He'll hand it off to Navarro, and once again going around the outside and nothing doing except for a 2-yard loss.
He barely got him. That was a one-handed tackle. Trying to grab the number 90 on the tackle.
Put that bear claw out there.
He did. He held on to him.
And we'll go through some score updates. Of course, at halftime, Liberty Hill Panthers 22, Bastrop 7. Pflugerville Hendrickson Hawks 42, Cedar Creek Eagles 0 in that one. Almost halftime there. Estrada with the snap. He'll running right up the middle, and great job plugging the hole. Number 24.
I tell you what, it's violent out there. Our crowd might maybe not be picking it up, but every play out there, we got some violent collisions going on. There's an injury timeout on the field, so we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout as well. We'll be back here in just a minute on Studio 301.
Adam & Sons AC and Heating is a locally owned business. President, CEO, and U.S. Navy veteran Adam Renteria has been certified in HVAC since 2010. Adam is also certified as a home performance specialist through BPI. Adam & Sons offers professional work, excellent quality service with affordable prices. Whether it's commercial or residential, Adam & Sons is the one to call. Contact Adam & Sons AC and Heating at 512-844-2695 or email adamrenteria64air@yahoo.com. Mention you heard this ad on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast and get 10% off your service call.
And we're back from the injury timeout.
And it'll be fourth down and 6 for the Lions from their own 28-yard line.
And with Estrada back there, you don't know if it's a punt or if he's going to run for it.
Looks like they're going to spy him with number 14, if I'm reading it right.
Oh, I see him standing back. And, of course, yes, he was a spy, so Estrada will get a good punt away. It'll be fielded at the 40-yard line.
Ooh.
And splitting the defenders, and nice little return back to the 49-yard line in Tiger territory.
And Portillo finally brings him down there at the end. Hayden Scott had a shot at him, unable to wrap him up, and then Scott had a second shot at him, and it was Portillo that finally finished him off.
Tell you what, both Portillo and Aiden Scott have been all over the field defensively and on special teams.
They
for
sure
the
have.
Lions tonight.
Both seniors playing in their last varsity game, giving it all they got out there on the field.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers, their first possession of the second half. For the nice, comfortable lead, 35-0. They'll fake the handoff. It'll be a quarterback keeper. And he'll get to the outside with plenty of room to run down the far sideline, and he's going to dive for the end zone.
He got tripped up.
And he's going to be just shy of it.
By number 8.
As Avery Bada tracking him down and pushing him out of bounds. Well, now for he's able to pick up 40 and some change.
That'll make it first down and go, knocking on the door of 6.
Well, at this point, if you see Mullenberg come in, I mean, every time he's been in the game, it's been a keeper so far.
And he remains in the ball game, as I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 he'll get the football.
Hey,
this is the 10 that he don't get it, and he'll hand it off to number 10, who'll get it inside the 5.
And that's a new running back for Consolidated. That's sophomore Zane Barber with the carry.
He doesn't start, but he plays quite a bit. Last week he played the whole second half against Hayes.
And that's what happens when you come in the second half up 35 against your opponents. You're able to play everybody.
Yeah. Speaking of Hayes, they are tied with Lehman late in the second quarter, 13 apiece.
That is wow. I mean, it was a shocker when it was 7-6 early on, and we thought, surely Hayes will, catch up and spread that out.
Yeah, throw over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete.
He was hit right as he threw by Portillo.
Lehman has never beaten Hayes in their school history.
I mean, that's a rivalry too, right there. That's they're right down the street from each other.
Exactly.
As we hear the PA announcer for the Lions, he lets us know every time the Lions have a big third down on defense. This will be 3rd and goal from the 5. Number 16, Mullenberger, remains in the game. We'll have Cameron Renston in there in the backfield with him. Man in motion. It'll be a keeper, just like we saw before. And guess what? Same result. He's into the end zone for another A&M Consolidated touchdown.
So that'll make the score 41-0 as we await the extra point try. You hear the Lockhart Lion Roaring Band did another fantastic job at halftime. And, of course, TD, you want to talk about how the band did at the competition this past weekend at the end. As soon as we get done with this extra point try, snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good.
Now the band did secure 11th place at the area competition. That happened at the field in Pflugerville. They finished one place out of the top 10 advanced to the state competition. So they finished one place out of what would have advanced them to state. And, I mean, there was some other really good bands there. Now, one of the bands we did see, the Anderson Trojan Band, they did make it in the top 10 and advance to state. But for Lockhart, that was as far and as deep as they've ever gone and really the best they've ever done in competition. But, talking to my son about, how the band feels about it, yeah, they're happy about it. But, he was quick to say, and even as a freshman, he said, no, we think we can do much better than that. We had mistakes that we could fix. And, he's hoping to eventually, have a chance to go to state in one of his 4 years. And it's likely with the the improvement that our band has shown over the last year or two. Now that Mr. Crowley is head of fine arts, and got some fine band directors working very hard with these boys and girls out there. I mean, folks, if you don't know, we watch football, right? We're all here for the football game. Those band kids down there probably put 15, 16 more hours per week into their craft than the football team does. So it's a pretty amazing thing just how many hours and how hard those guys work, and it paid off this year.
Oh, yeah, and you mentioned Anderson Band. We were treated to a great halftime performance last week with Anderson and Lockhart taking the field for their bad performances for their halftime shows.
Avery Ibarra or Dylan White calls for the fair catch on that one, and you know what? I like it. It's secure, it's safe, and it gets you the ball at a good spot on the field without a risk of turnover.
Well, that moves it out to the 25 or the that moves it out to the 25. So, okay starting field position for the Lockhart Lions. You take a look at some of the roaring band over here on the side. Of course, in front of the Lockhart student body.
And I said I'd get it to you. Thank you, Abel De La Cruz, for reminding me. Number 88, that is Eddie Taylor, who was moved up earlier in the year. I want to make sure to give that young man his credit. That tackle he made earlier.
Well, how's good old Abel doing?
He's doing good. He's down there at First Lockhart National Bank as always. Big sponsor of Lockhart Lions and the high school.
Yes. And Estrada, quick throw out to the outside. Might want to try and get it up. And was it a backwards pass? Is that what they're calling?
Well, regardless, it's out of bounds, so they'll have it where it went out of bounds. But Jeremiah Daly, the junior, made a break on that ball. He wasn't worried about the receiver one bit.
That's going to be a 7-yard loss on the backward pass.
Sarge, real quick.
They're not counting it.
They're going to say it is a forward pass.
I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Hitter, who reminds us that the Huntsville's leading Splendor are 40-0 at halftime, and they will play Marshall in the first round of the playoffs next week. That's Huntsville, Coach Mavis.
Bob Estrada wrapped up in the backfield.
Oh, no.
And I tell you, he tried going for that outside. Has been very difficult for the Lockhart Lions. We talked about that. Yeah, it has not been there at all, and it wasn't there on that play. As I think Estrada was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Speaking of the Hornets and Coach Mavis and Splendor, I talked to him last weekend and congratulate him on his win last weekend, which made 3 in a row. And I told him, I looked at Splendora, I said, y'all probably won't have any problem beating Splendora, but I remember a time when Splendora was a powerhouse over there in East Texas, and they were making the playoffs every year. Not quite the case anymore.
At 3rd and long, it's going to be Estrada with the keeper coming around the near side and trying to get that outside is, once again, Tigers doing a fantastic job, and that's going to bring up 4th down and long.
A good job of Estrada by taking care of the football. Unfortunately, the Lockhart Lions offense is, I don't want to say it's one-dimensional, but there's just not a whole lot going on in different directions. With our inability to pass the ball, we have got to stick with the run, and they are selling out. I mean, they started doing that in the first quarter. So, I mean, they watched the tape. They knew what the deal was, and they've been stacking 8 in the box and bringing the extra man all night long.
They knew this third-string quarterback.
Well, in my opinion, you give Bob Estrada, if he had a year, he'd be an incredible quarterback. But he had a week.
And he's a great punter as well. Gets this one away. And
that's his best punt of the evening.
It's probably his best punt since he started punting. And he started punting after Evan Estrada went down with an injury. And Estrada has just gotten better and better throughout the weeks as a punter. And just as you mentioned, TD, you give him a year under his belt as a quarterback, or even get him a quarterback coach and start showing him the mechanics and, what it takes to be a quarterback. And Estrada could be one of those quarterbacks, that one of those running quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Spring ball is going to be very important for these guys.
Miles Carter back in the game here in the second half. He was missing in the first half.
And that's going to be a fake jet sweep. They'll throw it out here to the near side. It'll be number 0 with the reception. That's going to be Starks. And Starks will pick up a first down. Of course, Starks started the game off with a big kickoff return for a touchdown.
And he had an interception return for a touchdown on defense. Starks a dual player playing both ways. Who does he think he is, Travis Hunter? He plays like him.
Yeah, 2 receivers up top, 2 to the bottom. Quarterback gets the snap, rolls around to his right. Got pressure coming from the backside. And Miles Carter gets the throw out and makes a beautiful catch out there. That's going to be number 6 with the reception.
Lockhart Lions got a good push up the middle that time, but quarterback using his feet. And it looks like they're sticking with Mollenberg now. They're not switching out anymore. So you got to think the other quarterback may be done for the evening.
Number 16 at quarterback.
Yeah,
number 12 is a
sticking in
starter.
there.
Actually, number 4 was the starter at the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got injured or what happened there.
Oh, yeah, great job by Miles Carter coming in at halftime and putting the pressure on the quarterback from the outside. I'll fake the handoff up the middle. Throws over the middle.
Great throw.
Yeah, that's going to be a great catch by Starks, and he'll carry a defender with him, Angel Davila, before it's finally going to bring him down inside the 5, or it'll be first down and go to go. And once again, the Tigers are going to be knocking on the door of 6. They're going to mark him down at the 5.
First goal, A&M, 5.
And the quarterback will call for the snap, fake the handoff, throws over here towards the right side, and that's going to be caught.
Did he catch it?
He caught it.
They have not made
got
the
him
call.
down
They're
at
going to
the
mark him
1?
down inside the 1. And that was a big hit on the play that kept the receiver out of the end zone.
22 checked in, TD, running back.
And we saw him in pregame, and just the only comment I had was, looks like a man.
Derrick Henry?
Yeah. He's got the build and reminds me of one Sean McKinney.
They'll fake the handoff to
Hey,
there you go. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
That's senior Angel Davila getting in there. He's filled in for Avery Ibarra while Ibarra fills in for Bob Estrada. And he is fired up as he gives some life to this Lockhart Lions team. Davila in the right place at the right time. He read that route. Look at him. He reads it perfect. Oh, that was the play before.
Yeah, that was the play before. It'll
Great job by Ibarra to hold him short.
I think he's a little bit happy there.
Yeah, Davila just jumps that route. He doesn't worry about the man. He watched the quarterback's eyes the whole way. And then pretty dang good return after the fact.
You know, and that's one thing that I talked about, the Lion pride. I talked about it with Renee Rouse at halftime. It's Lion pride. You got to have it out there. Doesn't matter what the score is, what your record is. You want to finish the season off. You want to show what this team is all about. What they've shown all season long is that Lion pride. Nobody on the sidelines with their head hanging down. They're down 42-0. Defense is not quitting at all. Coming up with a big interception inside the end zone, not laying down, not rolling over, but continuing to play to the very end. That's why I love this team. Estrada with the carry coming around the near side. And he's going to be brought down for a loss.
And so Abel Delacruz shared with me that at the coaches' lunch this week, they talked a lot about Angel Davila and how he would get more playing time this week and taking advantage of your moment when you get it. And he did it right there. He definitely did exactly what the coaches were looking for from him. Good job by that young man, a senior in his final game on this field.
He gets to go home with an interception. So 2nd and 12 coming up. Looking to throw deep down the near sideline to Anthony. And
just outside of his fingertips. That ball was placed pretty well by Estrada. Anthony with a little stumble, not quite able to get it.
We'll take a look at that. Looks like the cornerback on that play. It looks like there's a penalty flag down here at the 44-yard line as well.
He may have held Anthony.
Against us.
We'll take a look at that.
Bob Estrada put some air under that one. And they're going to move Lockhart back as they're going to accept the holding penalty.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like Anthony might have pushed off at the end of that.
They called it unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
But they're coming to talk. Maybe that wasn't it. But, yeah, he showed unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's going to be
okay,
pass
now
interference.
they called it pass interference. They're going to decline it, and that'll make it 4th down, I think. Or will it be 3rd?
It'll be 3rd.
No, yeah, it is 4th down because they wouldn't decline it. Yeah, the only reason to decline it there is if it makes it 4th. They'll send the punting unit in. So far in the second half, Lockhart offense unable to get going. They tried the deep ball to Anthony, and it wasn't going to happen tonight. I think really one of the first nights we've seen a cornerback that can really kind of run with Anthony and stick with him most of the night. That's been Starks covering him a lot.
High snap, great job by Estrada to get it away.
And that's going to go out of bounds around the 40.
And let me continue with a couple of shout-outs that I'd like to give out. Of course, I'd like to give a shout-out to the Lockhart Lion fans all over the world that was able to watch Lockhart Lion Sports on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast, which couldn't have been made possible without the many sponsors that supported not only Lions Pride Sports broadcast, but supported Lockhart Lion Sports in general. And, of course, a lot of return sponsors such as Quantum Towing, Kent Riddle, who's been there since the beginning of Lions Pride Sports broadcast, Adam & Sons AC and Heating, Meitler Plumbing, and then, of course, new sponsors that's come on, Rebecca Pulliam, State Farm Insurance. And, I want to give them a big shout-out because without them, Lockhart, people wouldn't have a chance to see Lockhart Lion football all over the world. So thank you very much to all of our sponsors throughout the years.
We've had a lot. We've had a lot of good sponsors throughout the years. Many great local businesses chipping in and sponsoring us and allowing us to do what we do.
Yeah, LTX Inflatables, KJ Embroidery, Angie Snacks, Warren Yanis, excellent photographer, Adrian Gutierrez, who's been there since the beginning as well. Warriors Nation, LTX Inflatable, Lulin MMA. Give them a big shout out for their sponsorship for the 2025 season. And that's going to be a quick throw, and that was like a miscommunication as the receiver was looking to block.
I'll tell you, Davila would have saw it. He could have got a second one there because, miscommunication between the quarterback and number 80, his intended target.
Yeah. Well, looking at it, it almost seemed like Davila saw the receiver breaking down like he was ready to block, so he really wasn't looking for no ball being thrown his way. So
Parker Connor looking to come off the edge here on the near side.
Oh, it's been since the first quarter since we called his name on the defense, so who knows? Maybe it might be time, and that's going to be a handoff to the running back, number 10. And there we go. We'll give it to him. Connor's coming in late on the tackle.
Pushes the pile over.
With one hand, with one arm.
Robert, you talked about it earlier, that interior of the Lockhart line, they've been pretty tough on the inside. And we see Landon Mendez has to come off for a play because his helmet comes off. He tried to put it back on really fast.
Almost like Parker trying to come back into the huddle after he got injured last week. The referee tell him, nah, but you got to sit out at least one play.
Yeah, this defensive line has been doing really well putting pressure up the middle. So.
And then when Miles Carter back on the line, it gets just that much stronger. Look at that pressure coming in from the inside. And that's tough. Great job by the quarterback to get away from Benavides, which is very tough. But look at that, Braden Martinez down the field making the tackle.
I mean, I tell you what, you had both Connor and Ramirez coming hard off the edge, and that was the best shot they've had at really getting a good sack. And, man, 16 just really good job of feeling the pressure, stepping up in the pocket, and finding space where there really is none.
Big strong guy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, because he just, man, his legs are like tree trunks. He's tall, too. He's a big kid.
Yeah, first down and go from inside the 1. That'll be the quarterback keeper going around the left side. And
there you
nice
go.
spin move, but unable to get away from
Aiden Scott. You know, I love that on this play, and it shows the kind of player Scott is. At first, he took a stiff arm, couldn't make the tackle, and then as Ibarra slows him down, Scott just continues to fight and pursue until he gets there and eventually brings him down. But that just shows that young man's character, his drive, and his motor, as we'll take a look here. Stiff arm right there, unsuccessful the first time, keeps moving, keeps fighting, and ends up making the play and keeping him out of the end zone, at least for the time being.
And never gave up on the play.
That man doesn't know what that word means.
Yeah. That's not in my dictionary. They'll fake
another one.
That one's going to be intercepted this time. Plenty of room by Aiden Scott.
Tries to put a move on the quarterback.
Great job by the quarterback
with
the angle.
He cramped up right there at the end. You could tell right as he tried to make that cut, he cramped in the calf.
That tackle he made the play before, he also was on the ground for a little bit.
Well, and we talked about it, right? His motor, and he just does not stop. And you see Scott just jumps that route. He knew the slant was coming right there. And good return. Yep, and you see it right there.
As soon as he tried to make that cut, you saw that leg.
Well, and we talked earlier when we started this game. It was over 80 degrees when we started this game. Usually the last game of the year is when you break out your jackets and hoodies. Today there was record heat, and here we are. We're 74 degrees now in the third quarter. But probably really was warmer than last week, that's for sure. I was freezing up there at House Park.
Well, you showed up like you were coming back from Hawaii.
Well, I came there from the hospital visiting my dad when I got the call earlier in the day. I threw on the first thing I found, headed to the hospital, and it was shorts and a fishing shirt made to keep you cool. It was not the right attire for the game, but I made it through.
No shoes, no shirt.
Yeah, no service. All right, Lockhart Lion football at their own 40-yard line after the interception by Aiden Scott, throwing deep down the sideline to Anthony.
Nice
Anthony with a beautiful catch inside the 10 to the 5.
Can you say good old boys fishing catch of the game? I mean, you talk about hitting a man in stride. If you could have a video that demonstrated for a quarterback and a receiver how to be on time with each other and hit a man in stride, this is it right here.
Off his
Bob gets a snap, good protection, and Bob's able to put everything into it. Monte extends with his fingertips, secures it, and Lions have life inside the 5-yard line for the first time tonight.
Underneath 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Talk about that last play here in a second at the end of this one.
And he was double covered.
He was. Estrada, he'll take the ball, runs it right up the middle, and he's going to push forward, and that's going to be a Lockhart Lion touchdown.
You know, they kept looking for it. They kept probing and trying to get the ball to Anthony on a deep route, and it was just a matter of time before Estrada was able to hit him in stride. And, I mean, I dare to say that's as fast as DeMonte can run and as far as Bob can throw it. You put those two together right there, and it results in the next play, a touchdown for the Lions.
Gentlemen, what wasn't seen on the replay is what we saw here. Anthony had to speed up to go and chase that one
Give
down.
It all he had to get it.
The separation that he got from the defensive back as he had to speed up was truly amazing because Anthony kicked it into an extra gear.
He was in fifth, and he put it in sixth.
Dropped it down, and he was ready to go.
Going for two here.
Yeah.
Got to.
Rolling to this right. Throws it over. And had McGee wide open. Just could not get it to him.
You know, and that's the first pass intended for McGee tonight. He looked really good in warm-ups. Me and Robert watched him down there catching one-handed catches along the sideline. Another thing I want to shout out is the camera crew. You got a good look down there from that sideline camera they got going this week. I'm excited about hopefully having that thing all year next year. It gives some great shots from field level. Well, we'll save that replay. I'm sure matter of fact, we'll go ahead and take another look at it here in just a second as we've got some time as they transition. Lockhart on the board. It's 42-6. We've got 38 seconds left in the Adam & Sons Heating and Cooling fourth quarter. And we'll take another look at that replay from Estrada to Anthony. And good protection. Estrada able to set his feet and just heave it with all he's got. And Anthony able to extend his fingers and get underneath it. Great job, great pitch and catch from quarterback to wide receiver.
I'll tell you what, I know he doesn't have the stats, but if he's not voted honorable mention, I mean,
all district,
at least, yes, at least.
Who's that? The quarterback or the receiver?
Receiver.
Oh, yeah. He'll definitely get something.
And this is a Lamas onside kick. Lockhart's got a chance at it.
Yes.
Who's got the ball? Yes. Lockhart's got it. Lamas recovers his own onside kick. Great job, Ricardo Lamas. We saw it last week at Anderson where he batted the ball and they were able to get it. This week he's able to execute it and recover it himself. Pat McAfee's proud somewhere tonight. That is awesome.
Coach Vasquez is very proud of the soccer coach.
Lama says, I don't need your help. I'll do it myself.
Was there an onside kick in between?
No, no, you didn't miss anything.
I didn't miss anything. Okay.
It was the self-recovered onside kick from Lamas.
That's like his second or third one so far.
He did it last week, and last week he was able to get a paw on the ball and bat it out.
That's going to be a handoff to Connor. Why not? As he moves his way
That's
for
not
a
Connor.
9-yard run.
That's Larry Zonka. Give it to the Zonk again. I mean, we say it all the time. He's a Swiss Army man. He can do anything and everything you need him to.
Very impressive run.
Yeah, like that's the first run of the game.
He picks up 9 yards.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter.
Third quarter.
Or third quarter, excuse me. As the time's going to run out, we will take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we will have your Meitler Plumbing fourth and final quarter right here on the Lions Pride Sport broadcast.
Meitler Plumbing LLC is the one to call on for your plumbing service work in Lockhart and Caldwell County. Call Darren Meitler from Meitler Plumbing at 512-398-3146. Darren has been with the family business for over 30 years and has been voted best plumber in Caldwell County numerous times. Master licensed and bonded. So, for any plumbing issues, call Meitler Plumbing for your plumbing service. Darren Meitler is also a 1989 Lockhart alumni and football captain for Lockhart Lions. Go Lions! Once a Lion, always a Lion.
And we are back for the Meitler Plumbing fourth and final quarter. One more quarter for myself as we get set. Second down and 1. That's going to be an inside handoff to Connor. And why not? Going around the left side. Connor with a big run out to the 20.
Gave it to him inside. He cut it back outside. And Connor's now leading average per rush on the team. He's got 2 rushes and over 30 yards. I know, that's something I had a thought earlier in the week, with the quarterback going out and things changing, I wonder if they might simplify things and throw some, like I formation type stuff in there, simple runs.
Or like Estrada running out to the right side, still pushing forward, and here we go with another scrum, and they'll blow the play dead.
Estrada does a good job of getting 2 arms wrapped around that ball anytime he's in traffic.
But I think he learned from that fumble he lost against Anderson last week, and I'm pretty sure that was a driving force to not wanting to fumble the ball again.
Yeah, he's definitely protected the ball well tonight.
Hey, remember in junior high as a freshman, he was a receiver.
There's the Lockhart Lion roaring Lion band. They just finished their time over at the student section, getting them fired up, and a good time it was.
And inside handoff to Connor, and Connor again pushing forward, picking up another first down for the Lockhart Lions.
Lockhart seems to have found a formula here with Connor.
Number 35, Parker Connor.
As they continue the clock with 10:36 left to go.
First down.
I think then they keep giving it to him. Let the senior score. Let him get a touchdown. Yeah. I mean, he's going to. If they keep giving it to him, he's moving the ball.
Connor ought to be like the refrigerator Perry. Just go to the line of scrimmage and say, right there, that's where I'm going. But it'll be Estrada with the carry, and he'll get into the end zone for another Lockhart Lion touchdown.
Good job, Bob.
Number 2, Bob
I saw a group of folks leaving at halftime. I said, where are you going? You're going to really regret it when we come back and win this thing. That hadn't happened yet, but Lions trying to claw their way back into it. They'll go for 2 again here. They have to.
Go for dose.
And they will go for 2. It'll be a stride in the backfield. And he'll give it to Connor, and Connor's going to bull his way forward, and he'll pick up the 2-point conversion.
Made it look easy.
He really did, didn't he? Looked like a practice play, didn't it? Looked like the last play of practice. If Connor scores, we go home.
I don't know if A&M took a lot of the starters out, but I tell you what, they look very impressive out there.
They sure did, and as we wait for the kickoff, we'll go through another shout-outs that I'll be giving out. That I'm looking to give out. And once again, do want to give a shout-out to my mother, Connie Navarro, as I mentioned earlier, who cut the vines for me. And here I am, from the vines to the booth. Thank you very much, Madre. And then my dad, Tommy Navarro, who showed me the love for sports. So I want to give him a big shout-out. And, of course, sitting back here, I want to give a shout-out to my granddaughter, Emma, who has traveled with me the past 5 years to whether it's a home game or an away game. As Coach be my witness to that, Emma's been there throughout the whole time.
Yeah, a couple times she had to drive back home.
Yeah. And I think she only did it because she knows we were going to be stopping at McDonald's or Whataburger on the way back. So I think that's the only reason why she showed up with us. But I do want to give her a big thanks for making the trips with me. So get over here so I give you a hug, baby.
All right, I'm calling this one before it happened. Last time it was the llama self onside. This time he's going to try to pooch it, and they're going to try to get Abel down the sideline and see if they can get Abel to get his hands on the ball.
There it goes. Lefty steps into it. There's going to be another onside kick. And
good catch.
Great job fielded by the Tigers.
It took that bounce that you're looking for. I called it wrong.
Yep. And I want to continue on. I do want to give a shout-out to the Lockhart community who rallied around my family when my family had to deal with the tragedy of losing my daughter, Amelia Marie Juarez, just before the 2016 season. I want to give you all a big thank you for the support that y'all showed. Of course, that was I missed that first game of the season. It was at Pflugerville-Conley, and that was one of 2 games that I missed since my time here as a voice of Lockhart Lion football. So I want to thank the Lockhart community for the way they embraced my family during our time of need. And it is first down and 10 for the Tigers. It'll be an inside handoff to Derrick Henry as he'll bounce off of one tackler before he moves a whole pile forward.
I just said my favorite Sarge line ever right there. That was beautiful. He does look like him.
Is he a freshman?
22. He is a sophomore.
Wow.
And that's going to be Jordan Grimes.
I tell you what, he's got the size to do some real damage next year. Not this year, next year.
There is one freshman on the roster for Consolidated. That's number 23, B.J. Taylor.
2nd and 6 coming up. Ball is at the 49-yard line, in-line territory. They'll give it off. Well, they'll fake the handoff. And getting clotheslined in the backfield by Benavidez.
Rumble, young man, rumble.
He made sure he wasn't going to grab no face mask this time. He goes, I'm just going to take the whole head with me. Let's take a look at that play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 on a 1-yard loss.
Boy, he rode the zone read a long time before he decided to pull it here. You can see he rides it, decides to pull it. Too late. Benavidez is there.
I like the way Carter held his own on the outside, waiting to see if he was going to hand it off. That's going to be a quick throw out here on the screen to the receiver.
Great
job by Mendez.
25.
Yep.
Mendez is fired up. It'll bring up 4th down.
He's another one that's been all over the field tonight.
And it's going to be a 4th and 3 at this end of the field, up this big. They're probably going to go for this one. There is a new quarterback in the game. This is number 13, Joseph Young.
How many quarterbacks do they got?
No, I'm sorry. 16 is still in there. Young is coming as another running back. He just likes to stand there in the quarterback spot.
So it'll be 4th down and 3.
And they have put in the 2s as their line has shrunk by about 6 inches across the front.
And 30 pounds each.
Yeah, I mean, really, they have downsized. And for those of you who are heading out into the woods to do some hunting this weekend, I know the bucks are moving. I keep seeing them on my camera. If you get that deer you're looking for, pick up the phone, give Jim Hughes a call, 512-656-0989, Westwood Wild Game. As I've told you before, they'll make just about anything you want. They have 6 different kinds of sausage, summer sausage, chopped steaks. He'll do smoked meats for you. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And the deer you take them is the deer you get back. They're now in their, really in their like 7th or 8th year processing, and they have got it down to a fine science out there, and they've got a quick turnaround time. So spend your money at a local business. Go see Jim Hughes at Westwood Wild Game, and he'll take care of you. Tell him TD Tom Dunn sent you.
Oh, yeah, he'll get your deer cut up so fast that his heart's still pumping.
Dude, it is pretty wild to go watch them in action and watch them butcher. They do what takes me about 30 minutes in about 3 minutes. It's kind of, I mean, it's a skill. It is a skill that I don't have.
4th down and 3 coming up for the Tigers. Big defensive stand. They're going to punt the ball away. I didn't see him back there.
Rugby style.
Yeah, that's going to be a little shank off the right foot. It's going to take a Tiger roll down the sideline.
Wow.
Yeah, very impressive. You're like, I meant to do that.
Sarge, every now and then I'll, when I can't seem to get my own deer, I'll go out there to Westwood Wild Game just see what other folks have gotten and help out. And all I really do is slow down the whole process.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. We got a shout out from Michael Zapata. It says, want to give a shout out to my dad, Psycho.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great. One of the best linebackers to play for Lockhart High School.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him in person.
And a name to fit.
Oh, yeah.
Gonzalez still has nightmares about him. He knocked out pretty much the whole team in one night.
So 1st and 10 for the Lockhart Lions. Estrada in shotgun formation, looking to put some more points on the board to close this season out. That's going to be a handoff to Navarro. And Navarro gets some positive yards.
And he drug a couple of Tigers with him along the way.
Kept moving his feet.
I'm interested to see how Navarro does. Navarro's just a sophomore, got a lot of potential. And if he has a good offseason, he's liable to be the starting running back for this team next year. And he'll have 2 years possibly as the starter.
Yeah. And Caden Roland Bright will be back next year. And
got a young man.
That's right. I thought Roland Bright was a senior.
Got a young man in the freshman team, last name before. That's a very good running back.
Oh, Denham Ford. Wow. Reminds me of Curtis Hawkins.
Yes. Better looking, a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's pretty thick. Denham Ford, he's a downhill runner for sure. He'll make you think he's going to juke you, and then he just runs you over.
I've had him in a couple of my classes. He's very, very quiet, he doesn't brag about himself.
He doesn't need to. His name is Denham Ford.
Yeah.
I mean, his name speaks for itself. He's got a great name.
And I tell you what, his play speaks for itself as well also. So it's going to be exciting to see him in varsity next year, where he'll probably be at. Well, right now it's 3rd down and 8 for the Lions. Estrada dropping back, looking to throw, tucks it in. He'll run it forward. Nice little spin move and a little scrum, and they're going to be short by about 1.5 yards.
I wouldn't bother getting into your punt formation. Go with your wildcat and see if you can pick it up.
Fourth and about 2.
Yeah, they're not punting this one. They could be in punt formation. They could be in field goal formation.
I mean, like I'm saying, I wouldn't bother even backing him up. Have him right here and go for it. Parker Connor in there now. Last 3 times he's carried the ball, he's got more yards than this.
And he'll get it right now, and he'll get even more on that.
Wow.
He'll get it across the 40 to the 41, but more importantly, another first down for the Lions. Hey, I tell you what, Parker's playing like, you know what, I got defensive player last week. Let me get offensive player this week.
I kind of wish we had put him in that position a month ago or 2 months ago.
And that's one thing we talked about early in the season, TD, is like getting Parker Connor more touches on the football. And he's getting it tonight. That'll be Estrada coming around the right side, following the lead block of Connor, who pancakes his defender, and then he reaches his hand out there to help him up.
And I tell you, even this group of twos for A&M Consolidated speaks to the talent of their team because they still pursue down the line very well. We've seen it.
Yeah, 33 straight really well on that one.
I'm looking for the flag where it's at on the field. I'm not seeing it. Where's it at?
Oh.
Sideline warning.
Against A&M. That's why there was no flag.
It's odd that they sideline warned the far side when the play was the near side. That's just kind of that's an odd deal.
What's really going on over there?
Yeah.
TD. Next, when we go on defense, pick some of the seniors out, try to get mentioned as many as we can.
To bring up second down and 9 coming up. Estrada get the snap, drops back, looking to throw deep down the far sideline to Anthony.
There you go.
And Anthony strolling into the end zone for a Lockhart Lion touchdown.
Wow. What a throw. What a catch.
Once again, hits him right in stride.
And who says Bob Estrada couldn't throw?
He figured it out. it took him a couple quarters, but he definitely figured it out.
He's probably saying, this is easier than getting my head knocked out every time.
Number 80, DeMonte Anthony for a Lions goal.
And both of those young men are coming back next year. Bob's going to be a senior, and Anthony's going to be a sophomore, super sophomore.
There are a lot of sophomores that you'll see on varsity next year.
And Lockhart's going to be going for 2, and why not give it to Connor before they even do it? I'll call it. And Connor's going to get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
I'm sure the coach for the A&M said, 1 to back in.
You're right. They might. They just might.
I'd like to give a shout-out to Coach Hitter. Coach Hitter, Bashop's losing 42-7 starting the fourth quarter. And I know you still hate Bashop, and guess what? So do I.
So do we.
And here's a look at that touchdown pass. And definitely catching Anthony in stride and get into the end zone.
Well, I'd say that's another candidate for good old boys fish and catch of the game, but I think he's already put that one in the bag.
Yeah, after that, they might bring their starting secondary back in.
Or at least that corner. You know, I would bring I'd put Starks back in the game and say wherever 80 lines up, you go with him.
Right.
Yeah. Do not leave his side. If he goes to the restroom, you go with him.
So we've seen 2 onside kicks in a row for Lockhart. They're 50%.
Hey, I would do it again. What do you got to lose?
Well, we have seen the version of the onside kick that becomes a little pooch that Abel kind of tries to speed his way down and get. As number 12 moves further and further towards the middle, that's looking like a better and better option.
Oh, it does over here, especially here on the near side.
A lot of room over here.
And they're going to go in onside it towards the far side, and great job once again by the Tigers.
All right, take note, the Lockhart defense that'll be taking the field will be an all-senior defense. They'll be playing every one of the seniors on defense on this this defensive series. Seniors going in there, you've got Trevor Lozano.
77, Martinez. Number 50.
Number 50, Benjamin Almazan. He's a sophomore that's in there still.
Okay.
But
6.
Well, and really a lot of these guys are already seniors too that are
Zurita,
starting on defense.
Angel Davila, who got a big interception.
And Zarita, this is the first time he's been able to play. He had a bad injury earlier in the season that pretty much ended his season.
Yeah. Abdiel Benitez is in there.
Miles Carter still in there.
And a timeout's going to be called by the Lions with 4:58 left to go.
We're going to see Javier Ruiz come in. Preston Crable will be coming in. Christian Gonzalez.
They're give their big thanks to the fans that have stood by their side throughout the whole season. Preston Crable in there as well.
78 just went in.
Yeah, 78, Joseph Johnson.
And Joe Johnson, he's a starter on offense. Man, I just love when they take offensive linemen and give them a shot on defense. We saw it a few times earlier in the year. Ovali got some time on defense. Oh, look at Big Joe Johnson. Our defensive line is now bigger.
Right.
There's Caveman still in there. Miles Carter, Caveman, Joe Johnson,
Javier Ruiz.
Trevor Lozano. I mean, that's a formidable defensive line right there.
Javier Ruiz is in there. Rodolfo Ibarra is in there as well.
As you said, Benitez down here on our near side.
2nd down and 7 for the Tigers.
Look at Joe Johnson.
Drop back, throws the ball deep. And that should be offensive interference.
Yeah, it should be. He threw him by him.
And that was number 8, Avery Botto.
Can we catch a quick replay on that one, Sarge? I want to show something. I want to highlight something. Big Joe Johnson's first snap on as a defender this year. And I want you to look at the penetration he gets through that line. I mean, he was double teamed and he penetrated right through that line into the backfield. Good job by the big man.
We'll take a look at that one more time while we got some time. Number 78, right up the middle, too.
Yeah, he split that double team.
You know what? That reminds me of one. That's penalty's going to be on Lockhart.
I mean, he threw him past him.
I tell you, it reminds me of one Braden Martinez. The first time he got a chance to get out there on the field, it was against Piper. The first time he got out there, he was double teamed, and he almost sacked the quarterback on his first defensive play when he was a freshman. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back coming around the near side, and Lockhart Lions are right there along with Joe Johnson. And Braden Martinez giving him a big headbutt.
Going to hurt somebody.
I don't know if you want to do that.
that's two big heads.
That's on both sides. I don't know if you want to do that to either one.
If Joe Johnson had been playing defense the whole year, he would have had a great year because he has a mean streak in him.
He'd have been tired, too. Well, while Lockhart is down 42-22, they're down 3 touchdowns. There's 4 minutes, 14 seconds left to go. It is a truly wonderful thing to see all these seniors getting in and getting their chance to bring the wood.
Yeah, 2nd down and 7. That'll be a quick throw to the outside, in and out of the hands of the receiver who was looking to run. Yeah, exactly. Stops the clock with 3:58.
3rd down.
And gentlemen, I can't go on any further without giving one of my last shout-outs to my wife, who encouraged me to start our own broadcast of Lions Pride Sports Broadcast, and for showing her love and support for the past 12 seasons, from Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Ever since I got back from Kuwait, this has been a yearly thing for me, and she's always been there for her support and her love. So I do want to give her a big shout-out, let her know that I love her, and let her know the Sarge will be coming home here pretty soon, and that's going to be a quick throw on the outside. And a great move by the receiver to get away from Bob Estrada, which is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, Bob Estrada wanted to lay the big hit, but once again, Aiden Scott coming in behind him, just continuing to play.
4th down and short.
I think, what are they doing here?
A lot of people don't realize that Blanca, Sarge's wife, was the first camera person he had.
Oh, several years.
Oh, yeah.
Several years, yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about how she missed that, well, it would have been a game-winning touchdown against San Marcos, and that's still a funny moment. That one and what she had to say at the end of the Freeze Bowl in Kerrville. And it'll be a quarterback keeper up the middle. He's going to get the first down and more as he gets inside the 20.
Good run.
And Joe Johnson in on the stop as well.
Is he hurt? Oh.
Nope. Even if he was hurt, he ain't coming out. His leg would have to be bent in half backwards, and even then I don't think he'd want to come out. He's having too much fun out there. So it's going to be first down and 10. And here at the 2-minute warning, I will give my greatest moment of my past 12 seasons as the voice of Lockhart Lion football. As we are 40 seconds away from the 2-minute warning here in the fourth and final quarter. And everybody moved except for the center. So let's see who's going to go against.
Snap infraction.
That's going to go against A&M. So we'll take that one.
2 minutes and 34 seconds left to go here in the Meitler Plumbing fourth quarter.
And I do want to thank Studio 301. Tonight's game is presented by Studio 301, so give them a big shout out as they are right here to the right side of us. And once again, Mr. Bishop and crew have done an outstanding job for the past 5 seasons here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. So
I'll tell you what, and they don't have any drop off at their quarterback.
No, they do not.
First and 15, and nice tough run by their running back, number 10.
And Coach told us he gets a lot of time and has gotten a lot of time. Like you said, not much drop off at quarterback, not much at the running back position either.
Number 10 is a sophomore.
Hey, a senior in there, Preston Crable making the tackle.
And, of course, want to remind everybody as we hit the 2-minute warning at the conclusion of the game, we'll have your Quantum Towing post-game show. And we'll have your Quantum Towing players of the game, offensively and defensively. And since we are at the 2-minute warning, gentlemen, my best moment of my 12 seasons is sitting in this booth next to y'all.
And thank you.
From Chuck Licata, Rock and Rev, Scott Smith, to where we're at now with UTD and Coach, and Robert joining us, Mr. Cuellar joining us for several broadcasts. This is my greatest moment of the last 12 seasons here as the voice of Lockhart Lion Sports. And I tell you what, there won't be another feeling like this. I could be in another booth elsewhere watching football, but it's never going to come close to what we have here and what I've been able to share along with y'all and grow with y'all as well. Also, is because of y'all, Lions Pride Sports broadcast has made a strong foothold in Central Texas when it comes to broadcasting football.
It's been a wonderful journey, and I wouldn't have had it been led by anyone else other than the Sarge.
Oh, man.
That's going to be a run around the outside and into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown.
And I was trying to get a beat on the number that scored.
Number 19.
I was going to say, I'm willing to bet that's a senior. Yeah, that's going to be a senior, Eric Mickens. You could tell by the way the sideline reacted over there. That's same thing as Lockhart. That they're getting their seniors in, and that's a senior who knows, maybe didn't get a whole lot of time, but huge reaction from the sideline over there on Mickens' touchdown there.
I'll tell you one big moment that Sarge forgot to mention that we were a part of. That's being recognized by the school board just a couple years ago for our great broadcast.
Yeah, we received the Coin of Excellence for the work that we had done in the previous couple seasons on Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
That was pretty neat.
That was. It definitely was.
And we found out that some of those board members and some of those assistant superintendents are very, very faithful listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do it. They travel to a lot of conventions on weekends, and many times they would tune in to Lions Pride Sports broadcast, which, not only we appreciate them, we appreciate every single person who turns that tablet on, turns that phone on, turns that TV on.
And a lot of people don't get out of work till 5 or 5:30, so it's hard for them to get on the road.
I'm one of them.
And drive.
Barely make it.
Drive to Leander or College Station or Victoria. It's a drive.
Cameron just had a good shot of number 64, Joe Woody, a senior for the Lockhart Lions.
And so speaking of seniors, Dylan White will be back there deep. And he'll be back there with Aiden Scott.
Here comes 31.
Yeah, Preston Crable coming out on special teams. And this one's going to be a pooch kick. It's going to be fielded at the 31-yard line. They'll bring it across the field.
That's Titus Ramirez.
And he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line where they'll give him forward progress.
He was doing his best Killian Lyles impression there, trying to bring it all the way back across the field. That's the first time Ramirez got his hands on a ball on a kick return.
And Ramirez is another very good football player that's coming back next year.
That's right. He's only a junior. He's telling him on the sideline, I was so close.
And
putting on a show down there.
And here comes Bob Estrada and crew, probably for the last time. Lockhart will have possession of the football. They're trailing 49-22, 1:44 left to go in the contest.
And we want to score
again.
again.
Be an inside handoff.
22.
That's going to be to Christian Gonzalez. And they're going to give him forward progress out to the 19 or 20-yard line. That'll be a 3-yard push.
How many timeouts we have left?
We have two timeouts left.
And not using one, and doesn't seem like we're in a big hurry either. Right, just content to run a few plays here, keep possession, and let the clock run out.
Yeah, someone whose night is probably done as well as DeMonte Anthony, as we see him down here on the sideline with his helmet off. Which I think is a wise thing to do. As a freshman, you don't want to have him get injured or avoid any injury with the final seconds ticking down.
And he'll be at basketball practice on Monday.
And Christian Gonzalez in on the carry, the senior running back, getting some action to close things out here.
I tell you what, those basketball practices are going to be fun to watch because you better know there's some sibling rivalry there because both DeMonte and his brother will be there. And DJ, man, I bet there's some fun one-on-ones just to watch him practice. And it's going to wind down. Looks like they're going to try to run one more, or are they just going to – no.
It looked like he might call a timeout.
And then they'll have to run one more because the play clock has less time on it than the game clock.
I was about to say, Coach, one more play. I should go see if they'll let me call it.
Well, here it comes. I told Coach Maldonado earlier today, I hope to see that double reverse flea flicker pass. So we'll see it
with the George side back reverse.
That's right. Fake 33 pass, the backside George reverse. Which is funny. I thought about that the other day when they call that play in the movie. They say nothing about passing it. He says fake 34 blast with the backside George reverse. That's all he says. Then they throw it. He said, where was the pass part of that play? Maybe that's what the George reverse is. All right, one more play for these seniors here on Lions Field in our final district game of the year. It'll be senior Christian Gonzalez in there to Bob Estrada's right.
And here we go. They'll line up, two receivers up top, two to the bottom. Estrada going to take the snap for the final time for the 2025 season. Dropping back, throwing it deep down the middle to Dylan White, and that one's going to be incomplete. And that should stop the clock with 3.5 seconds left to go. So we'll have one more play.
They just want us to eat our words.
Fourth down.
I think we'll go for it.
Try the field goal.
That's right.
Yeah. Line up in punt formation and just go.
Cal Berkeley, here we go.
And look who's coming back into the ball game. Joe Johnson.
I see Aiden Scott out there.
Line up in that Maryland eye.
And there's one down there. Another one we don't have a number on, number 68. Let me see if she's on the new roster here.
So here we go. This will be the final play. Estrada dropping back, steps to his right. He'll throw the ball deep. Aiden Scott in the area, and that's going to be, should have been pass interference. But that's going to do it. The Lockhart Lions will end the season on a loss, but they will end the season with a fight that never ended. as they battle to the very end and come out short 49-22 on senior night. And we'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll have your Quantum Towing post-game show.
If you find yourself on the side of the road or in an accident, call Quantum Towing and Recovery at 512-295-8697. Quantum Towing has been a family-owned business since 2000. We offer 24-hour towing and recovery service for your vehicle, with 4 locations to serve you in Kyle, San Marcos, Luling, and Lockhart. Quantum Towing is only a phone call away.
And we are back for the Quantum Towing post-game show here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast as the Lockhart Lions fall in defeat 49-22 on senior night here from Lions Field. Want to thank everybody who tuned in and watched tonight's broadcast on Studio 301. And gentlemen, Lockhart comes up short, but I tell you what, the second half was way different from the first half, as Lockhart was unable to move the ball in the first half. Towards the end of the first half, they were able to, but the second half, they just came to life and they just let it all hang out. And we talked about it. This team does not quit. It's not even in their dictionary. So, great job to Coach Maldonado by keeping these guys in tune. And as I mentioned throughout the game, you didn't see nobody with their heads hanging down lower, giving up. They fought to the very, very end, and I'm proud of this team.
Hey, we scored 3 touchdowns against one of the top teams in the state without a quarterback. I mean, we took our safety and threw him in that quarterback, and hats off to the young man for stepping up. Because, you there's lots of players that could get the opportunity to say, I don't want to play quarterback, coach. That's a lot. Bob Estrada, he stepped right up to it as we see the players go down to the end zone. And I think we'll also see the senior walk here, where the seniors will all line up in end zone and walk across the field for the final time. And we'll go right into our Quantum Towing offense players of the game.
Players of the game is going to go to number 2, Bob Estrada, and number 80, DeMonte Anthony. And I tell you what, great job by these two connecting on 2 beautiful passes. One of them for a touchdown, which we'll showcase here in the good old boys fishing catch of the game. But, Coach, what are your thoughts of Estrada and Anthony tonight?
Like I said earlier, 2 great young men that have a tremendous future. Anthony's going to be a sophomore next year, and Bob's going to be a senior. And spring ball is going to help these guys a lot, get them ready for next football season. A lot of potential and a great future from these two young men.
Great point. They'll have spring ball this year, where they didn't have it last year. Yes. You know, this team had a shotgun start, had to get ready quick. Spring ball will make a huge difference. And on the defensive side of the things, we're going to have 3 different players. I'm going to give you guys the first one. And if I could use one word to describe this young man, not just how he played tonight, but how he played all season since he came back from his injury, it would be tenacity. And that is the young man, Aiden Scott. Over and over again, just shows us his tenacity and just gets after it. I said it last week. I think he lives in the woodshed, and he brings it with him every single night. And the other 2 players on your Quantum defensive players of the game, we'll pass it over here to Robert Coyar for them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Landon Mendez at middle linebacker. Man, the guy was everywhere. Did great,
just all over the field.
All over the field, flew to the ball. And then also
99.
Mr. Julian Benavides. I love the way he plays on the defensive line. Real aggressive, uses his hands really well, gets real low center penetration, is able to control his offensive lineman. He just did a great job.
Great job of scraping also.
Yes, so congratulations to all 3 of those guys.
Well, I want to call out one thing, too. You talked about Landon Mendez. Oftentimes in the defense that they run, he ends up by himself in the middle of the field. So, it's not always like, you got your Sam and your Mike, or your Sam and your Will. There's a lot of times where Mendez is right there in the middle, and he's all by himself, and he has got to get free and get through his gap, and he did just that over and over tonight. And then Benavidez just penetration. I mean,
and the good
he's
thing
got
about
a motor.
Benavidez, he comes back next year.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll have Benavidez back next year. So your quantum towing defensive players of the game go to Aiden Scott, Landon Mendez, and Julian Benavidez.
And your quantum towing offensive players of the game go to Bob Estrada and DeMonte Anthony. And while we're on those two, TD, let's go ahead and kick it over to the catch of the game. It was a touchdown pass from Estrada to Anthony, and I'll let you call it from here.
And we see it. They're on their own 47-yard line. Estrada just rears back and heaves it. And this is actually the second one. We'll watch both of them. This is the second time he did it, and this time he caught him clean in stride, and Anthony outruns his man. We'll go back here and look at the first one as well. And this is the first one. This one went for a couple yards further. This one good for 60 yards. As we see, good protection for Estrada, and he heaves it, puts plenty of air under it, and Anthony hits that second gear to run and get that sucker. And then really, it's funny, he came down on top of that guy. They marked him down right there, but watching that replay, he was on top of the defender.
Right.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he didn't really hit the ground till his butt hit right by the goal line. But once again, DeMonte Anthony, you locked it down the end of the season. Once again, you have the good old boys fishing catch of the game.
So congratulations. Well, the time has come to an end, gentlemen. Any final thoughts on tonight's contest and the way the season played out for the Lockhart Lions as we see the senior walk taking place right now?
Well, the season didn't play out like we wanted it to, obviously, but the expectations, you had to be realistic about where we were going to end up in the tough district. We had a new athletic director come in, a new program. They did not get spring ball, so you had your shotgun start. We did do some cool things with getting some extra scrimmages in there, but overall, what I see is a program that's headed in the right direction. We may not have went out and got a bunch of wins this year. We may not have competed for a district championship, but I see a group of young men in these freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that have the right kind of attitude, which to me, that's the first building block. The first thing that Maldonado's got to have is buy-in from his players and the right kind of attitude, and I think they have just that. And I think that over the next few years, Maldonado is going to be able to shape this thing into an incredible football program.
Oh, he definitely is. Coach?
I'm already looking forward to spring ball. I'll tell you what, off season is going to be very, very big for these guys, and we need to get stronger, much stronger. And get healthy and get ready for spring ball, and that's where we're going to find who's going to play quarterback and who's going to play tailback. And that's going to help. And also, we're graduating 4 seniors in the offensive line. So you need to find those replacements. I said spring ball is going to be very, very important for us.
Start feeding those big boys now.
Yeah. Robert?
Like Tom and Coach said, the future does look bright. I mean, you got a lot of young talent coming back. But like, replacing 4 offensive linemen is going to be hard, but it can be done. And like Tom said, I think when the players, when they do buy into Coach Maldonado, it'll make a world of difference. You'll see the difference in the play and the kids' attitude and how hard they go on the field. Because once you buy into those coaches, you'll run through a brick wall. You'll
elevate yourself for them.
Yeah, I had the privilege of having some awesome coaches coming through. And to this day, if they told me to do 10 push-ups, I'd probably do it for them. So, but the future looks bright.
Yeah, future does look bright for the Lockhart Lions, not just on the field, but up here in the broadcast booth as TD Tom Dunn's going to be looking to take over next season here on the broadcast for Lockhart Lions Sports football. So, gentlemen, it's come to that time. 11 weeks ago, I knew this time was coming. Oh, man, it's tough. But you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world. I had the best time watching Lockhart Lion football from the best house, from the best seat in the house. at every stadium that we went to, whether it was in the stands or here in the broadcast booth. The best seat in the house, I can't complain about it. And the best guys that I had to my left or to my right, as I told those guys down there on the field, it's a man to your left and a man to your right that you need to be there to support. And y'all guys have been my left and right-hand man during the broadcast, and I want to thank y'all for that.
Well, and I just want to say, Sarge, I wouldn't be sitting in this booth if, 6 years ago you didn't extend the invite to me. And back then, it's nostalgic for me. You've done this a lot longer than me, but the group of kids we had back then.
Oh, man.
So it was different because it wasn't just football, right?
Yeah.
We first met in Little League.
Yeah.
And you were coaching that group of kids. So we got to watch that group of kids kind of go from Little League all the way through and being seniors. And now I've had the same opportunity to do that with my group of girls on the softball field.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for allowing me to be part of Lions Pride Sports Broadcast, for allowing me to be your color commentator that talks too much all the time. I can't thank you enough for the opportunity that you gave me, Sarge, and it has been an absolute pleasure to broadcast with you for these years.
Right.
And while I know you are, retiring, as I continue to say, I probably won't let you off the hook completely. So keep a headset in the closet.
Oh, I will. I definitely will. So that's going to do it. That's going to do it for us. So as far as myself, Emilio Sarge Juarez, TD Tom Dunn, Robert Cuellar, the coach Amado Galvez, good night from Lionsfield as the Lions close out the season with a loss 49-22 over the A&M Consolidated Tigers. Best of luck to the Tigers moving on to the playoffs, and for the Lockhart Lions rebuilding. The rebuild continues. We will look forward to see the Lockhart Lions back in 2026 and see where they go from there. But for now, that's going to do it for us here in the booth.
Sarge, remind folks that we're not done yet.
Oh, yeah. We still got the realignment coming up.
Big broadcast in February. We're going to be in San Marcos saying where the new district Lonchart's going into, and that's going to be us three again.
Yep, we're going to be broadcasting that, so we'll be there for the realignment show. But always remember, like I always say, you can take the lion out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart. No lions.
Good job, Sarge.
Thank you for watching today's broadcast of Lockhart Lions Sports on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast. Today's broadcast was brought to you by our main sponsor, Quantum Towing. And remember, like the Sarge always says, you can take the lion out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart. Go Lions!